Good evening, everybody. Welcome into Cleveland baseball against the Orioles tonight. Ready to go here this evening, getting things pumped up. Hello, hello, hello. Let me just hit a couple buttons to get things going. There we go. Get that going. Oh, widget's going to give us some fun tonight. Are you serious? There we go. All right, welcome into OX41. Welcome in Mike Beachman, Ace Snoopy, Zippity Doo Doug. Hello. Smiling politely, facts over personality. Mr. Thibodeau, Jason, hello. Welcome in. Got smiling politely. Cakes 212. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are just getting going here. Just getting going. It's going to be an interesting game tonight. Get some fun.
We've seen programs established like the Nike RBI Youth Program.
Mandy Mary, hello. Welcome in.
City's really an awesome body of work that the baseball family continues to carry the torch for. Let's go and take a look at how things stack up tonight for the Orioles. Earlier, Charlie Morton is on the mound against Logan Allen, the 26-year-old lefty, a 3-6.
Charlie Morton on the mound tonight. I don't know how good that is for the Orioles. His ERA is 8.78 in 13, roughly over 13 innings. Opponents hitting 309 against him. Logan Allen, right-hander for Cleveland. He's got a 3.6 ERA in 10 innings. Opponents hitting 306. So average is there. Morton throws a four-seam, a curveball, sinker, cutter, changeup. That's his pitches that he throws. Four-seam, curveball, sinker, cutter, and changeup. We'll cover up lineups for you in just a minute here. Let me see what else they're going to bring up on Google Cloud here in StatCast. Dun, 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 dun.
With the Orioles, and they're just a little too separated. We've heard this with younger guys in the past.
That's it. Got to pull up all my TVs here.
It's almost too obvious that an opponent can tell exactly what's coming because of the movement.
Herschelini, hello, Margie.
So we'll see
Love you, Pete. Miss you. Hello, Margie. How you doing? Thank you very much. Oh, hold on. Got to turn that off. Give Margie some love in the chat. Thank you very much for blessing the channel.
Last April against the Guardians down in Atlanta. 7 innings of 4-hit shutout baseball.
We appreciate that so much. It does help the channel a lot. Thought Logan Allen was a left-hander. They had him listed as a right-hander. He's a left-hander. Lineups. Let's look at it for the visiting Cleveland Guardians. Kwan, Ramirez, Santana, Manzardo, Jones, Arias, Martinez, Naylor, and Rocio. For the homestanding Orioles, hello, Pringle, welcome in. For the homestanding Orioles, Westberg, Rushman, O'Neill, Henderson, Mountcastle, Sanchez, Mullins, Laureano, Mateo. It's a heavy right-handed lineup against the Guardians tonight. Glad you're here, regardless how you found us. We're just glad that you did. Looking forward to you hanging out with us at all tonight.
But we're going to go ahead and send it upstairs. Our Hall of Famer Jim Palmer and Kevin Brown have lineups at first pitch and more.
And so today is Jackie Robinson Day.
The Orioles and Guardians are next.
Jackie Robinson Day. A lot of the Orioles are down there signing autographs right now. That's pretty good. Players should do that more often. We are about 7 minutes from game time. 7 minutes.
Choose your offer. Cash incentives or employee pricing for all. Jeep, America's most patriotic brand.
Ford with freedom of choice pricing. Current FCA lessees can finance and get $7,000 total cash allowance on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo.
Dun, dun, dun.
Capital Area Jeep Grand dealer today.
What do you got there, Larry? Time machine? You gonna go
Commercial time frame. Commercial time here.
Ellen and I want to go on vacation, so I'm going to go back to last week and buy a winning lottery ticket. Can I come? Only room for one.
It's going to be an interesting game tonight. Morton gives up a lot early, so hope he can keep it down there. Hope he can keep it down.
The right money moves aren't as far-fetched as you think.
There it is.
I didn't update the standings today. I should have done that. You know what? I'm going to do that real quick while we're sitting here. Let me pull up the MLB standings. All right, let's see what we got here. Dun, 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 dun. Yankees are 9-7, unfortunately. Second place is Blue Jays at 9-8.
Hey, Birdland. Cheer on the Orioles.
Third place is Tampa.
Friday, April 18th, 7:05 at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Arrive early and score big. The first 15,000 fans will receive the first ever Oriole.
Or wherever they're located right now. They're at 8-8.
Collection of Oriole swag with this exclusive jersey featuring the Angry Bird mascot.
And then the Red Sox are 8-10.
Orioles baseball. Buy tickets at oriolesguardianslive.com/tickets.
8-10. And then the O's. They need some help. 6-9. Frustrated last place. Joshua Sharon, hello, welcome in. Jackie Robinson Day.
Not just an ordinary day around every ballpark in Major League Baseball. Number 42 on the back of every player and coach today.
That's just awesome.
Major League Baseball celebrates its 22nd annual Jackie Robinson Day. Remember, not just one of the great players, but one of the great humanitarians and one of the great men of courage.
Yeah, he was an amazing person.
Between Cleveland and the Orioles, Kevin Brown, the Hall of Famer Jim Palmer with you. I know on this day, particularly of all days, you're proud to share the Hall of Fame with Jackie Robinson.
Oh, yeah. And one of my big regrets is I never had a chance to really meet him. I met Jesse Owens, met Bill Russell, met some of the greatest African-American players that ever played. And, it's funny when you're a ball player, you go to Boston or you go to any town, New York, and you're wearing an Oriole uniform and they boo you and they taunt you and all that. But imagine to be your skin color.
Rangers.
It's amazing. Branch Rickey, when he brought him to Major League Baseball in 1947, he said, I want somebody that has enough guts not to fight back. And for him to do what he did, and then when you start looking at what he meant and how good a player he was and what he meant to the Dodgers organization, he played 11 years, 6 pennants, MVP in 49, doubles and triples and stolen bases at 342. He was a complete player. And then you go back to his college years, what he lettered in track and basketball and football.
All right, there we go. Eric, welcome in. Poor Pork, welcome in, sir. Good to see you.
Somebody that really turned this game around. And then personally, I played with some of the great athletes.
Cool, good for you, Joshua. That's awesome.
Frank Robinson or Paul Blair or Al Bumbry or Kenny Singleton, Eddie Murray. And the reason that I was able
It's nice that they honor Jackie Robinson like they do.
because of what Jackie Robinson did back in 1947.
His Hall of Fame plaque begins a player of extraordinary ability, renowned for his electrifying style of play, and it ends with Jackie Robinson integrating the modern major leagues in the face of tremendous adversity. He was the right player, Branch Rickey thought in 1945. He was the right
Branch Rickey called it right.
And the story of Jackie Robinson, all the accolades that you named are a big part of it. But the courage he showed on the field, off the field, he was a tremendous leader for civil rights as well. A lot of us here have we all have Jack Robinson to thank. Welcome to the clubhouse.
Welcome to the clubhouse, Felicia Douglas, new subscriber to the channel. Thank you.
Jackie would like to see me, but tonight we celebrate him with the number 42 on the back of every player and coach across Major League Baseball.
That's a great way to honor the guy. Look at the highlights here. He was so good, so fast. Guy used to steal home all the time.
We are
lightning quick.
Where others see chores, we see a chance to make our little slice of paradise more.
Kolya, hello, welcome in.
We only use professional grade Echo.
Thank you for joining.
Built to take on that janky limb, those knee-deep leaves, and that overgrown.
We are just about 2 minutes from first pitch here.
Any yard worth doing is worth doing well. We are Yarders.
Ta-na-na. As doing his last, should be the last Audi commercial, I would hope. And then we'll get you some live game action. What are we going to try to get up to? At least 250 tonight on our game thing? I guess that'll be where we'll go. 250 is our goal. Juan Ramirez Santana will be your first three when we get to it. Morton on the hill for the Orioles.
Orioles, Guardians. The series continues tomorrow at 6 on Massive 2.
Cancer patients hear of things when they are diagnosed.
At least it's a good cancer. You're strong. You got this. You don't look sick. What are you going to do now?
Then there's what they really need.
Come on, let's go with this.
The Colorectal Cancer Alliance is a one-stop resource you can trust.
The Alliance has access to the latest trials and treatments.
Everyone over 45 needs to get screened. Everyone.
Learn about preventive screening and find support at colorectalcancer.org.
All right, back down at the stadium.
Orioles baseball on Massive is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Slide into savings with Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. And by Maryland Public Television Chesapeake Bay Week, April 20th through the 26th. Check out their lineup of shows today.
Girl's wearing a Chris Davis uniform. She ought to be barred from the stadium.
16-162 for the Orioles today. O's at 6-0.
There's Charlie Morton out on the hill.
First series win as they begin a 3-gamer with the defending American League Central champions.
The defending American League Central champion, Cleveland Guardians. Hello, Jizzar Dream. There's Jeff. He and his wife, Angela, one of our partner channels, everybody. Jeff has the best pitcher in baseball on his team. I wish they would build around him. Charlie Morton, 3 starts. He's been absolutely horrendous. 3 starts. He's 0-3 with an 8.78 ERA. 13 innings. Opponents hitting 309 against him. That's just horrible. Orioles did no moves in the offseason for pitching. Morton's got a 4-seam, a curveball, a sinker, a cutter, and a changeup. My question is, which pitch is the first one to get hit out of the park tonight? Yes, I am bitter about our pitching situation. Thank you, Mike, for dropping his link. I am bitter. Orioles need to do something.
They just won 5 out of the last 6, but the bottom line is they're not a great offense.
Charlie Morton, right-handed pitcher, good history he had with the Braves, but he's 41 years old. That's up there for a pitcher. You've thrown a lot of pitches in your career with that. Juan Ramirez Santana, Manzardo, Jones, Orias, Martinez, Naylor, and Rocchio. MLB total team average hitting .235. Juan is just a monster for a little guy. This guy can hit it line to line. He can slash. He can bunt. He can flat out fly. He was part of the Oregon State National Championship team with Rushman. First pitch, 7:08 p.m. is the strike on the corner to Quan. Twilight here in Baltimore. Sun dropping down in the west. Coming down on top of that facade of the giant wall out there. Outside, 0-1. That ball was closer inside than the first pitch called a ball. Magic Adventures, hello, welcome in. Morton rocks and fires. An entire rotation, but maybe one. He can only give you one start. You're right. You're absolutely right. You got to build an entire rotation. Johnny Johnson, I'm loving it. Great call out. Got to build a rotation. Fly ball, left center. Laureano out left will do it. But look, if the Pirates, hold on, let me give you the defensive alignment. Laureano, Mullins, O'Neill around the outfield, left to right. Westberg, Henderson, Mateo, and Mountcastle around the infield. Sanchez behind the plate. If Pittsburgh builds around that pitcher, my God, what they could do. Johnny Johnson says, thanks. Go Tribe. Go Tribe, Johnny Johnson. There you go. Pitch comes in to Ramirez, one of the best players in baseball in my mind. Ramirez solid at 229. Left-hander can flat out play. Fly ball, got him left field. That's the worst place to hit it in Camden. Wind blowing it all over. Laureano sticks with it. These winds are crazy. I'm looking out my back door. I'm only 10 minutes from the stadium. And I can see the tree out back just blowing like crazy. 2 outs here in the inning. It's kind of blowing out toward right center down at that stadium if I'm looking at it right. Which, I think I got it. This is our dream, our broadcasting partner channel, broadcast live from the Disney parks. Thursdays and Saturdays and Sundays. Animal Kingdom's always a blast with Jeff and Angela on Sunday mornings. If you're a fan of theme parks or a fan of Disney, definitely check it out. Mike Beachman dropped his link in there. 1-0 pitch coming to Santana, hitting 250 on the year. Morton clears and delivers. Fouled that straight back, 1-1. Morton cannot play up in the zone. That's all there is to it. He's got to stay down. He doesn't have the gas behind his pitching to pitch up at this point in his career. 1-1. Ground ball tap foul. We need to get that machine out too. Everybody wearing the Jackie Robinson shirt today. The specialized Jackie Robinson hats. Fly ball. Right center field. Tyler O'Neill is going to roll over and catch it. Guards go 3 up, 3 down in the first. Orioles coming to hit. Coming to you from Southern Maryland. I got to say, Camden is a beautiful park. It is. So is Cleveland. I've made a couple trips to Cleveland, and I've enjoyed it. Mike B, welcome in. How you doing, buddy? I've enjoyed my trips to Cleveland. Preston and I are going back up there this year. I love Camden. We got some great parks in this side of the country. PNC Park is beautiful. Not too far away. Preston and I are going to Fenway in May. That's next month. Next month, Preston and I will be at Fenway. How about that? The Reds, Jackie Robinson uniforms are awesome. Next year, we're going to go out to the Reds Stadium. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to going back there. I've been to All-American. I've enjoyed it. Preston's never been there. So it'll be solid. You're good. Thank you for getting all that trash. Mike is fluctuating. All right, let me do this. Hold on, everybody.
Ways to reduce the risk of exposing others to radiation during and after treatment.
All right, let me see if that can bring it back in. Doug, let me know if that's better. Thanks for letting me know it was jumping. Sometimes with a couple of these widgets we use, it can make it do that. Fred O'Malley, hello, welcome in. Welcome into the stream. Westberg's going to lead it off, followed by Rushman as a DH, O'Neill, Henderson, Mountcastle, Sanchez, Mullins, Laureano, and Mateo. Heavy right-handed hitting lineup. Sanchez didn't even hit 100. He's hitting 067. Logan Allen, left-hander on the hill, 0-1, 3.60 ERA over 10 innings. Opponents hitting 306 against him. He's averaging 4.5 strikeouts a game. Amber, did you want to say hi to Diz Our Dream, Jeff? Hello, Jerf. You should lean into the screen, at least if you're going to say hello to Jerf.
Hello, Jerf.
Allen throws the 4-seam sweeper, changeup, sinker, and cutter.
Cutter, very effective. And if you look at really
Thank you.
The only pitch that is hit hard, 6 for 12 on the changeup.
Andrew, how you doing? Popped up, first pitch swinging, first baseman's got it. That's an out. Cakes did have a good stream. You're right, Jeff. I went back and watched the replay today. Egbert, yeah. Egbert's getting ready to go away camping for the weekend. Yesterday was Kayla's birthday, so they're having some birthday tacos out there, I believe. Quan, Ramirez, and Jones around the outfield. Juan Martinez and Jones. Ramirez, Rocio, Arias, and Santana around the infield. Naylor is the backstop today for your guards. Right-handed hitting Rushman takes a strike on the corner.
Poston struggles defensively. Cleveland was typically a very strong defensive team. Santana 39.
I didn't recognize the one person on Cakes. Oh, is it Mandy or somebody that was in? Pat, I didn't recognize her. Maybe somebody new I just hadn't seen before.
It's not the most fun time to feel.
But it was a good stream. Heath, hello, welcome in.
Go there late, June, July.
Ball down low, 2-1.
Third week.
If you're not subscribed yet to the channel, help us up and hit that number. Or if YouTube knocks you out. Sometimes if you do that, you should always, if you're listening to me and you can hear me tonight or watching the replay, there's a strike, 2 to Adley Rushman. Whenever you're in watching a creator, if you're somebody you follow, even if it's somebody you followed for years, check and make sure you're still subscribed. Every now and then, YouTube will have that little glitch and take you off, and it could be somebody you love. Izzo, what's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy? Oh no, I like cheering for your birds unless they're against my Guardians. Hey, stick true to your team. We're going to try to get to 250 on a subscriber count tonight. 250 is our number. Left-hander Allen on the hill. 3-2 full count to Rushman. Got him swinging. Strike 3. Monkey nuts. Rushman looked foolish. He looked like he didn't even know what was going on right there. Another strikeout for Allen. O'Neill up there, going to bat third. Right-handed, hitting power, hitting left fielder. Right fielder. Can play either of the corners. Primarily sticks in right field for the most part of it. He can play left if needed. O'Neill hitting 289 on the year with 2 home runs, 8 driven in. Ball outside. What do you guys think about the box? The upcoming computerized balls and strike box. I actually watched a lot of it in the preseason and really think it'll be good for baseball. Ball down low, 3-0. Think we'll be able to challenge some of those balls and strikes that might not be correctly called.
6-9, you haven't played well. You hit great in the wins, and you don't hit very.
3-0 pitch, strike right there across top.
This is only the 4th time Brandon Hyde's team has faced a left-handed starter this year. 12 righties in the first 16.
Popped up left field.
Fastball and pops it into left.
That'll be a pop-up and an out.
Nothing for you.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
That's going to end the inning.
This pitcher is downright filthy.
Nobody's got a hit yet in this one. We're going to the second. Pete, that was Marla, Lily's school aide for all the great. I got up to where she came in, and I had to stop to get ready for this. I was actually listening to a little of that as I was prepping for the baseball game. Sorry I missed it. I made sure that I have my alerts on for you now, Pat, so that hopefully next time I can join in. I'm still a fan of the human up. Leave AI out of it. Joshua, I was too until I watched a lot of the preseason and I saw the way they're doing it and how much it made it better. The timing of it's good. The accuracy of it's good. If they do it that way, I just want it right. There's so many. We did a game the other day and we tracked it. There was 12 pitches that were called wrong. When you start talking a dozen, that's a lot of pitches to be wrong. And I mean bad wrong, like 6 inches, 5 inches off wrong. You got it, Cakes. No problem. RJ, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, we'll be back here just 1 second. Just 1 second.
Hello, everyone. It's Chris with Park Hopper Choppers. If you're headed down to Central Florida and you need a mobility scooter, give us a call, 407-989-9618. We can bring it right to your resort, right to the park, or right to your Airbnb, no problem. We were voted best mobility scooter rental in Central Florida by my mom. Give us a call.
Home/ticket.
Give them a call if you're going to Central Florida. They are amazing. Alex Miller, hello. Welcome in. Candy, welcome in as well. 239 is the subscriber count. We're going to try to get to 250 here. 250 is our goal for tonight. Coming up, Manzardo, Jones, and Arias. Manzardo, Jones, and Arias. Jackie Robinson Day in all of Major League. We got no score, no hits, no runs, nobody left on base. Sitting here in the first. Guys drinking a Dr. Pepper. That beverage actually looked good. A lot of people bundled up today. Still cold here in Baltimore. Thank you, RJ, for 1 month from 4 years. Thank you, RJ, for your support. We're blessed to have the support of our members.
All right.
Thank you. Members, subscribers, moderators. That's what the channel is. First pitch comes into Manzardo. The DH is a strike on a curveball. Right-handed Morton rocks and fires. Curveball in there again. 0-2. Caught the corner. Good to see Morton actually getting on top of people. You can't pitch from behind. You pitch from behind, you're going to play it. 0-2. Curveball outside, just missed. Ball 1-2. Morton working all the breaking pitches currently to this hitter. Not giving him any cheese to bite on. Morton back up, modified stretch. He pitches. Check swing down low. Did he go? Nope. Third base umpire says no, he did not.
Get him to chase that pitch, but that's a terrific take.
That's a great take by that hitter.
There it is to ball.
God, it looked like he came close to breaking his hands. His bat's way out there, too. Ground ball foul, 2-2. We're looking forward to getting back to Disney. Preston and I, in early June, will be going back down to Disney. So we'll be a little bit of a break in some of the baseball streams, unless they're late. I should have checked the Orioles to see. It'd be great if the Orioles were out in California. I could come back from the park and broadcast the game. Besides Jackie Robinson, would you say is the greatest second baseman of all times besides Robinson? That's a lot of people to pick from, you know. And different eras, it's tough to say. You know, you got people like Joe Morgan out there. You got people like Ty Cobb played second base for quite a bit. You know, that's tough. There's a lot of others too. Fly ball, short right field, playable for O'Neill. Cruises in and makes the play. There's a lot of names to choose from that I'd hate to be disrespectful. You know, you got the Sandberg with the Cubs was amazing. Yeah, it'd be tough to break it down with the different eras, different forms of baseball. And you could just acknowledge some of the greatness through the years, I think is the best way there. Ball inside, 1-0 to Jones, your right fielder. He's batting 143 on the year. 1 out here in the second. Willie Randolph was pretty smooth in his position. I'll tell you what, here, hey Siri, give me a list of Hall of Fame second basemen.
Such players include Hall of Famers George.
No. Siri, give me a list of Hall of Fame second basemen. Curveball in there for a strike, 2-1. Hall of Fame second baseman.
Such players include Hall of Famers
No.
George Brett.
Second baseman.
No doubt about that.
Siri, show me a Hall of Fame list. Popped up down the right field line. Mountcastle stays with it. Almost goes out of play. Nice job. Siri, show me a list of MLB Hall of Famers.
The newest members inducted on July 20.
Alomar's good, but I don't think Alomar's one of the greatest to ever play. Curtis family, hello. Good to see you. To win it all right now, you'd have to say the Dodgers with all the money they've spent out. What are your dates, Pete, for Florida? Coming down the first week of June for a week and a half. Ground ball down to third base line. Gotta go and stay right on the line fair. Arias gets an infield hit as he rolls it down the line, and it doesn't roll out of bounds. That's crazy.
Well, he also has 3 home runs.
Let me see here.
Great power the other way. So good pitch, bad result. And if you're Jordan Westberg, you're hoping.
Where is the list?
First base runner of the game, Cleveland second baseman Gabriel Arias on a ball that had a launch angle of negative 75 degrees. Negative 90 is straight down, by the way. That was
Fans of Green Bay Packers, welcome in.
see a ball go off the bat.
Yeah, it even hits the edge of the grass, and you figure, again.
Yeah, we come down the first week of June, and we're there to like the middle of the month.
So well, you don't slope it as much as some other infields. Otherwise, that ball would have definitely kicked foul.
MLB Hall of Famer list.
3-year-old Angel Martinez takes outside. One of 4 switch hitters in the Cleveland lineup today. So they are the ultimate platoon team. Ramirez.
2-0 pitch, runner on first, 2 outs.
Martinez and Roki, all switch hitters. And another
Popped up, short center field. Henderson's out, and he'll stick with it and make the play. Let's go through here. Nap Lejeau, I mean, too hard to say. Not enough information out for us. Eddie Collins, hard to say. Rogers Hornsby was a incredible second baseman. You have a wedding in Maryland on June 14th. Okay. Henderson, Mountcastle, and Sanchez due up. Rogers Hornsby was a solid second baseman. Johnny Evers, Frankie Frisch, again, not enough on. Charlie Gehringer was solid. Bop, bop, bop. Of course, Jackie. Can't miss Jackie.
Bad news.
That's not bad news. That's really
second base is not one of the top positions there. Billy Herman is in there.
You don't need me. You need like a good neighbor.
In that mess there.
Just play him on the app or call us.
Dun, dun, dun. Bobby Dorr. Bobby Dorr was a great one. Yeah, I just mentioned that. Red Schoendice, that was a great one. Rod Carew was listed as a second baseman, even though we saw him play first base a lot. He's actually went in as a second baseman. That was an induction. Nellie Fox, another great one. Bid McPhee, don't know much about Bid. Ryan Sandberg. Joe Gordon. Roberto Alomar is a Hall of Famer. I don't think his numbers stand up as much as some of the other. His defense absolutely does. Craig Biggio went in as a second baseman. Biggio was solid. There's some good ones. There's some good ones. All right, here we go. Henderson, Mountcastle, Sanchez is 4, 5, 6 in the order.
He's been waylaying baseballs, but most of them on the ground.
Was Mazeroski going as a second baseman? What year did Mazeroski go in, Doug?
Henderson is hitting the ball harder than literally anybody in Major League Baseball. His hard hit rate tied for.
Mazeroski's got to be in there. I'm surprised he's not listed as a second baseman. Ground ball hit hard by Henderson. Shot heard around the world. 2001. Maz was a great player. Yep, I missed him. I went over him by accident. Maz was an incredible player. Great call out.
Yeah, what do you say? Finally got a ball in the air.
Mickey Mantle once said about Mazeroski, he was one of the greatest two-strike hitters of all time. I tell you what, who's impressing me as a two-strike hitter right now, Bo Bichette is ridiculous with 2 strikes on him. He just shortens up his swing, and that kid right now is unbelievable. Maybe the best in baseball right now. Strike right there. Henderson looks at it right down the plate. Oh, my God. Where's my sound effect? Hold on, I need a good sound effect for that. There you go. I don't know if that's the one I want, but nonetheless.
It's almost like a cutter. A little bit harder.
By Mountcastle.
Grandpa Husband, hello. Welcome in. William Holly, hello. Knapp was great. Great call out. His numbers are sick. I never saw him play. I've just seen highlights and his numbers, and they are impressive. One out here in the second. Ball down low. Lou Whitaker for the Tigers. Yeah, Lou. Sweet Lou Whitaker. Him and Trammell up the middle were sick. Ball outside, 3-1.
That will unlock the power surge.
Well, you get into these counts right here, you can, you look fastball, doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Swing and a miss, strike two. He broke one off. 82 miles an hour. Mountcastle was 8 days ahead of it. If you're new to us tonight, hit that subscribe and help us out. Make sure you're hitting the like tonight, too, as well. Left-hander kicks and deals. Strike three. Take a seat over there. I don't know what's going on. 2 outs in the inning.
Last year,
I saw Alomar play live. I saw him not hit in too many key situations. It's great defensively. What team you on, William? What team you? What's your favorite team? What's everybody's favorite team? Obviously, many of you are Cleveland, the Orioles, being in here. Jody Reed. Look up Jody Reed. Oh, that just missed. That looked like a strike that was called a ball right there. Theme Park Giant. Hello, TPG. Welcome in. Sanchez rips one to third, goes off the glove of the third baseman. Oh, what a play by the shortstop. He bails him out, goes behind him, throws to first. What a play. That was beautiful. Ramirez has it deflect off his glove. Roccio's over behind him, bare hands it, throws it off the back foot, and throws out Sanchez. Holy hell, what a play. A lot of people in the Reds. Williams says, let's go O's. What a play right there. Top of the third coming up. Still no score.
Is that even real? That's not just for me. And they give you a free phone on any plan.
If you leave this just sitting for too long, it times you out. It drives me nuts.
Come on. What's better than
Naylor, Rocchio, and Quan. 891 coming up. 891. 891.
Like the all-in-one
891. See if Morton can keep it going here.
Get free delivery now at the Home Depot.
Next to your girl on a kiss cam.
Got to go through all the commercials here. Hockey is starting playoffs soon. Basketball starts playoffs tonight. That's good stuff. We're gonna do one of the playoff games tonight on the Deuce at 10 o'clock tonight. We will have that going tonight on the Deuce. We're doing the Warriors and somebody. Warriors in Memphis, I think it is tonight on the Deuce.
What was your major? Dance. Oh.
Dustin Pedroia was a great little player with the Red Sox. He's not inducted in the Hall yet, but he's good. He was a great player.
Break the color barrier in Major League Baseball, the famous deal of home. Game 1 of the World Series in 55, which Yogi Berra always argued was the wrong call. There was no replay review back then. 6 pennants with the Brooklyn Dodgers and the 1955 World Series championship for Jackie Robinson. Held the fielding mark.
All right, here we go. Left-hander stepping in.
Or more games. Up was on his Hall of Fame plaque, his original Hall of Fame plaque of the National League.
Naylor batting 188 on the year. Ball upstairs, 1-0.
Read this wonderful piece from Sweeney Murdy at MLB.com today. Was inducted into the Hall.
1 home run, 2 RBIs. Hello, Kelsey Elizabeth. Welcome in. Curveball outside. 2-0. This is where Morton gets in trouble. He starts sitting behind people. You can't pitch behind and go middle. Ball inside. 3-0. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, Warriors and Grizzlies tonight. Warriors and the Grizz. Strike right down the middle. 3-1. When I was little, I really wanted Pete Stanisek to overthrow Billy Ripken, but Pete hurt himself. He did get hurt. I remember that. Ball, there's the walk. Leadoff walk. Not what you want. Andrew, everybody's welcome here. We treat all people with respect. Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier on April 15th, 1947. He was a 1947 Rookie of the Year, a six-time All-Star selection, 1949 the NL MVP, hitting .342, and a 1962 inductee into the Hall of Fame. Great numbers. I've actually seen Jackie Robinson's jersey right 1 foot from me at the Hall of Fame. Got real close to it. Also got close to Willie Stargell's jersey, but that made my stomach turn thinking about the 70 World Series.
Career steals a ball for Jackie Robinson. We may never see that again.
Better make it.
That's right. Not an analytically sound play. So Charlie Morton having control issues here.
Charlie Morton 2-0 to the second batter in a row. Rocio, ninth hitter in the lineup. Morton can't find the plate. Strike right down the middle.
Yeah, I used to always tell Yogi, I said, you know, Jackie.
Somebody give Charlie Morton their phone so he can Google home plate. Naylor on first. Ball outside, 3-1. Top of the order coming too here.
The Yankees won the game. They actually won it 6-5. So it's this famous play, this galvanizing play in the World Series. The Dodgers finally win, but they lost that game where he's so home. They would, of course, rally.
Throw to first. Just got back in. Hey, Ryan Rowe. Hello. There you go, Jared. Good job. 3-1 with Quan on deck. That's not what you want. You're going to get hurt with Quan on deck. Fly ball, center field, might fall in with Will. Base hit. Runner's going to go first to third. Guardians got 2 on with nobody out.
So first and third, nobody out, courtesy of the 8 and 9 hitters, Naylor and Rokie.
Well, there's your base on balls, you know.
That base on balls comes back into play right there. Walks always score. It's just inevitable almost.
Rokie finds a hole out in the defense. Now you say to yourself, let's just...
Now you're in trouble with Quan coming up there.
Because now you're back into the heart of the lineup. They get to see it for the second time.
Not good. Ball upstairs. Sanchez pumps like he's going to throw it. That is true, Tina Marie. Welcome in.
Particularly good in these spots, making contact on 91.4% of his swings.
1-0 pitch. Ball outside. 2-0 again. 3 hitters in a row. 2-0 to start. Yeah, plenty more high school baseball, Andrew. All next week. Just they're all for the Easter break. 3-0. Charlie Morton is horrible at this point in his career. And one of Cleveland's best hitters coming up next in Ramirez. He's an all-star third baseman on deck. Strike right down the middle. Now, if Charlie tries to come back to that spot, he's going to get hurt.
Fastball is much more effective this year. I mean, one, as we mentioned, one for
3-1 pitch coming in. I'll be shocked if Quan takes this. He took it. Wow. Safe spot right down the middle. I don't think he's going to be able to strike out Quan. I could be wrong, but he's such a good contact hitter. Throw to first, runner's back. Now, you can't go over to first again unless you pick him off. That's a problem. 3-2 pitch. He's pitching himself right into trouble here. Runner goes. Doesn't matter. Ball 4. Nowhere near it.
He has walked 2 and allowed a soft single, and Drew French will.
Here comes the pitching coach. Oh, boy.
So some numbers here for you. In zone percentage, self-explanatory. Edge percentage, that's how often a pitch is on the edges of the strike zone. Those are career lows so far. In zone swing percentage, how often batters swing when the ball's in the strike zone, that's the highest. And then the meatball number is basically pitch that's middle. That's also
meatball is middle.
Troubling trends early. And it looked like Drew French spent a lot of this conversation talking to Gary Sanchez before getting to Morton. But yeah, that's been the story. And he likes the stuff, Charlie Morton, but he just is not commanding any of his pitches.
Well, but that's the word, man.
He's just past his time. That's, when the Orioles, when they picked him up in the offseason, he only came here because he wanted to be close to family that lives up here. He didn't come here to win. He's just trying to finish out his career and make some money. We don't need that. We needed pitchers that wanted to come in and compete for a championship. We needed to build a staff, not. First pitch comes in. That's a strike. I'm not surprised he took it. Now he's going to be swinging. Ramirez ain't going to be looking anymore. Ball outside, 1-1.
Those are pitches he's thrown a little more just because he's a little more comfortable throwing them for strikes.
Nowhere to put him if you walk him.
I mean, Ramirez's lifetime only 3 for 14, so not a lot of at-bats against Charlie.
Ball down low in the dirt.
Not to command your stuff.
2-1.
Jose Ramirez, an all-star 4 consecutive seasons, top 10 in the MVP.
Ground ball, 1 hop to the pitcher would be nice for a double play, but I don't think we'll get that.
2-1 count.
Fly ball, center field, moving over toward left center. Mullins will call for it. They're going to run on Mullins. He's got no arm. Run scores, 1-0 Cleveland, 1 away. There's that run, that first walk, scores every time. All right, here comes Santana. 1 out in the inning, still first and second.
That is the Guardians' 10th sacrifice fly. They came into today tied for the major league lead with the 9. And Ramirez already his 3rd of the year.
Strike on the corner. That ball was outside. Should have been a ball. Called a strike.
Pretty good at swing the first time, but lined out to right field on a high fastball.
Yeah, Crochet would have been nice. Ball outside. 1-1.
In his 16th season in the major leagues, or 18th season, began in
18th season in the major leagues. Unheard of.
Began in 2010, so 34 years of big league experience between these two.
Ball upstairs, 2-1.
I would think, again, from my previous experience on a night like tonight with the wind, not that it's cold, I would imagine it's difficult to feel the ball. Maybe a little bit slipperier than you would like.
Swinging a miss on a changeup, 2-2.
Were there particular grips you had more trouble with on a cold night?
Well, I throw more 2-seamers. I mean, I was basically a 4-seam pitcher, but you have more feel. You have more.
Wind's blowing pretty good down there. You can see the jerseys moving. Fouls that one. That ball pitch was called for to be inside. Ended up over the middle of the plate. Hello, Gloria. Welcome in.
Heard that before. More 2-seamers than 4-seamers because of
2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 3rd. Guardians already in 1. Ground ball tapped foul.
you had to actually walk off the mound to go to your hand. But now you can do it on the mound. So you had to walk off. So the alternative is just wet the brim of your hat, get some moisture.
Ground ball rip, foul.
Go to your hands and wipe it off, and you have moisture. I learned that from my former only major league pitcher ever that went to Johns Hopkins, Davey Leonard. No.
Clearly, he was anatomy major, Davey Leonard.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
To the 8th pitch to Santana.
Fly ball, right field, short right field. O'Neill comes flying in. His hat goes flying. They throw to second, double play. They picked off the runner at second base. How did that happen? O'Neill comes flying in and makes the catch. And they pick him off at second base. Not asleep out there. Wow.
He does have a great arm. And look at the momentum. He's going to catch it. That's a play right here. I mean, no hesitation whatsoever. Play right in front of him. Boom.
Wow. Cannon rocket. That'll end the inning. Guardians get 1. Couple walks. They got 2 hits in the game. Mullins, Laureano, Mateo coming up. Mullins, Laureano, and Mateo coming up. That was a heck of a play in right field right there. We can keep an eye on basketball scores as we go through. That was amazing. All right, William, have a good night. 9 subscribers from our goal tonight. Want to get up near that 250 plateau if we can. If you haven't hit that subscribe, help us out and hit it up.
We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. What's in your wallet?
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning, and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the good thing,
always love this commercial when they talk about getting your feet to work right.
You put in the art supports, and
I swear I get this commercial every time. Red Sox are winning tonight after getting throttled the other night.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
All right, here we go. Mullins to lead it off. O's looking for their first hit of the game here.
Certainly through the first 15 games. Leading the O's in doubles, time for leading home runs. Twice as many RBIs as any other player. Most walks, best on base, best slugging.
Mullins hitting 277 with 3 home runs. Here we go.
1-0 lead for Cleveland. Logan Allen has not allowed a base runner through 2. And
Allen, first pitch inside for a ball, 75.
Laureano and Mateo to follow. Allen has struck out 3. And the Guardians with a 3rd inning run, which could have been a lot worse. 20
ball, 1-1.
15 balls. Charlie Morton allowed the first 3 to reach, but got out of it thanks to a double play with a great throw from Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah. Bad base running certainly amplifies that throw. The ability, again, to get a good read and make a perfect throw.
1-2.
Ball down low, 2-2.
Second outfield assist of the year for O'Neill. The Orioles signed O'Neill and Laureano partly for their arms. And both have
ball inside or outside, just missed. 3-2. He didn't miss by much.
Especially O'Neill, I mean, as you mentioned, wears out left-handed pitching. There is Ramon Laureano waiting on deck.
There's a 3-2. And
ball 4 to Mullins. He takes a walk. So both pitchers having trouble here in the inning.
Well, he changes the nature of the game. I mean, again, it's very hard to run on Logan Allen, but even if they don't steal a base, as you can see right here, now the Orioles 1+ base on balls in 94 consecutive games. He may not steal a base, but he can go from first to third, first to home, to the best of them.
Strike right there in the corner to Laureano. Laureano batting 100 on the season.
Struck out to end the game against Jim Hoffman.
Mullins gets his lead. Allen looks over. Ball inside, 1-1.
He's only allowed 4 steals. Minimum 200 innings. That's tied for the second fewest of any major league pitcher in that span.
Throw to first. Mullins is back easily.
Arizona's Ryan Nelson and the Yankees' Luke Weaver. The pitcher with the fewest steals allowed, minimum 200 innings, since Logan Allen's debut, is actually Kyle Bradish. Unusually enough, a right-hander, of course, with the O's.
Inside, almost hit him again. 2-1.
Kyle Bradish, knock on wood. Good progress back from his
2-1 coming into Laureano. Ball 3-1. Trying to get the pressure going. Woo! 3-1.
There's Kyle, that's Andrew Kittredge, who's also flying through his reactivity. So they hope he could be back by the end of May, maybe live BP in a couple of weeks.
Throw to first. That's 2 going after Mullins. Now you got to get him.
Like Elias had in terms of all the pitchers who are out. Chase McDermott, Trevor Rogers have been throwing multiple.
Mullins out past the corner of the. There he goes. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Cedric steals a bag. That might have been a ball, too, that he swung at trying to help Mullins.
He's certainly doing. He's going to steal 30+. The other thing is 3-1. You have to throw a strike. You got to be deliberate. Not a horrible throw. Quick release. One hopper. But Cedric, here's your time. Run out of second. Nobody out. Excuse me. 1 out. Nobody.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Oh. Good Lord.
Oh, no.
Well, you know, I looked at my car. I didn't know out, so I looked at the scoreboard. They must have known, too, because they had 1 out.
1 out now in the inning. Runner on second. Mateo coming up.
Here's Jorge Mateo, starting at second base today. Jackson Holiday getting the day off.
Strike right down the middle.
Last start for Mateo was 9 days ago. That's Sunday in Kansas City, where he had trouble in the outfield, dropped the Bobby Witt Jr. fly ball that was ruled a triple, then changed a few days later to a 3-base error. And the Orioles have the
ball down low, 1-1 to Mateo.
So Mateo, Oriole, and Gary Sanchez outside of 1 Gary Sanchez start have been anchored to the bench.
Well, what they do is, you know, Mateo is not really an outfielder. He can play the outfield. Routine ball that he misplayed, but he's a very good second baseman.
Throw to second. Mullins is back.
Not a lot of bats.
Been used as a pinch runner a couple of times on the homestand. It brought some good energy. Also stole 2 bases in Arizona in the game there. It was a Tuesday game against AJ Puck.
Pop that up foul.
Mike Elias was also asked about the lineups today. He said, look, I'm not involved, but our front office gives a lot of info. We totally support Brandon. You need players to be engaged through the season. You have to rotate. You have to rest. You're going to get Mateo and Laureano and Sanchez chances here. This ball hit.
Mateo hit high and deep, but that's going to be still playable. At the track in the wind, that's an out. Mullins will tag and go to third. 2 outs, runner on third now.
First to third against Kansas City and Cleveland, so he can throw a little bit, but not from there.
Most fans, Birdland memberships are available to enjoy the best seats at the best values. Plan start as low as 10 games. Get access to exchange games, concessions and merch discounts, playoff access, and more. Go to Orioles.com/memberships. So under a third, 2 down for Jordan Westburg. The Orioles now
2 out here by Westburg. Orioles would love that right now. First pitch is a strike.
2 for 3 in the win on Saturday, 5-4. That's a huge win on Saturday. I mean, you're down 3-0. Get a couple of home runs. You get the 2-run double by Mullins, the left center field to get the win.
Strike right there, 1-2. Mullins, he don't like it. Westbrook does not like it.
Your point, Kevin, this is kind of what we were talking about as far as in the wins. Boy, you know, again, it's feast or famine. All the numbers, if you're under 100 runners in scoring position in your losses, one of the big reasons you lose.
Foul tip, fouls it straight back.
Yeah, Jordan 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. So
Ball down low. It's a good take right there.
Looking for their first hit tonight. Last 2 games against Cleveland last year, they had 15 or more hits in each game. 2-2 from Allen.
Ball down low, 3-2. Rushman on deck.
it seems like, Jordan Westbrook got off to such a great start up in Toronto. And then all of a sudden, when you're hitting fastballs and curveballs, what's a pitch of choice? A changeup. That's why Logan tried to throw that pitch.
Ground ball foul.
You can see that basically what he does, in and out, soft, hard, try to stay out of the middle of the plate. And let's see, the run for the Guardians was a walk.
Fly ball down the right field line. Foul ball. That's a long way to run for the right fielder.
The same pitch back-to-back times.
Let me go on.
10 strikeouts against the Orioles 2 years ago, and he went 7 shut-in. A good rookie year. One of the best rookie years for Cleveland pitcher.
Ball 4 gets the walk. First and third with Rushman coming up.
Second base runner of the inning. And now we'll see Carl Willis.
Yeah, the big train. The Major League pitcher with that nickname when he played for the Twins.
Big train. Ride the train, everybody.
This is his 8th year in this stint as Cleveland's pitching coach. 15 overall. He's been the pitching coach of 5 American League Cy Young winners. And he was a World Series champion with the Tigers in '84 and the Twins in '91, where he pitched well.
Adley Rushman with 2 away.
Baseball. Carl Willis is with Stephen Vogt now, a second-year Guardians manager. There's Terry Francona before that.
Mouth Dog. Hello, Walter. There's another one of our partner channels, everybody. Walt broadcasts from home on Tuesdays and in the parks on the weekends around the Orlando area. Walt also has another baseball channel, Birdland Network, and he does a great job with it. 2 outs here in the inning. Ball down low, 1-0 to Rushman. Need to just hit with runners in scoring position. You can't hit 087 and win games.
If they do, Mullins at third would be a great guy to have on the back.
Ball upstairs, 2-0.
Well, the only reason I say that is, I mean, with 2 outs, you're just trying to get another base runner, and then if you're Bo Naylor, you better be very careful because of what you talked about, the speed of Mullins.
Rushman drills one, but foul. He got all over that. Hello, Monorail Molly. Welcome in.
That ball out over the plate, the Orioles had 3 runs. Great angle right here. See it just hook a foul.
Throw to first, back.
You could find out for yourself. How we get there matters.
2 balls, 1 strike. Rushman waiting on it.
Tuesday is FBI night. FBI International, and FBI.
Popped it up. Monkey nuts. First baseman over. He'll make the catch. Well, that absolutely stunk. Absolutely stunk. All right. Top of the 4th coming up. Guardians up 1-0. Manzano, Jones, and Arias. Manzano, Jones, and Arias. Not hitting with 2 strikes, not hitting with runners on. You're going to lose games. So far, what are you going to do? Game's not over yet. Although I do not like the lineup tonight, I will say that. That's just me. Dun, 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 dun. A lot of time in the game left. Orioles play the Reds this weekend. It's Maryland versus Ohio this week, I guess. Guardians first and the Reds toward the end. Dun, dun, dun. Everybody saying hello to Molly. Chase has got a new avatar there for himself. It'd just be a long rant. Well, that wouldn't be good. I don't want to drive away people with a rant. All right, let's see if we can start the 4th off a little bit better here.
No way he could double up on that ball, but he gets Charlie Morton out of that. Tyler O'Neill, who told me in Arizona he had never played outfield.
Charlie Morton ready to go.
Growing up and a third baseman. And the Seattle Mariners brought him in for a pre-down workout. They said, "Let's stick you in the outfield," which turns out well. 54 pitches apiece, so looking out, Charlie Morton are right in line with quick first 2 innings and some tumultuous thirds. Morton will throw a strike to Kyle Manzardo, but for a much quicker 4th. Each team walked twice in the 3rd inning. Guardians had
Ground ball ripped. Oh my God, what a play at first. Mountcastle saves the hit. ED, where are you at? You must be in here somewhere. Where are you at, EDAV? There you are. I knew you were in. Thank you for the love over on Cash App. EDAV 33, my friend Eric, hitting us up with $100 holler holler. Thank you. Appreciate you, Eric. Loving the channel. Appreciate your friendship. Fly ball left center field. That's an out.
It's the same guy that pitched the 3rd with a couple of walks. Hey, the 4th inning of Orioles baseball is brought to you by your Baltimore area Toyota dealers. It's game on at Toyota. Visit your local Baltimore area.
Tried to pick a picture. It wasn't too frightening. You're good to go. We've seen your baby pictures. You're good to go. Arias up there now with 2 outs. Guardians have been hitting the spanking the heck out of the ball here. Hey, EDAV, how you been? Rangers about to throw the first pitch. Double gaming tonight. Thank you for coming over. Your Rangers are playing well to start the year. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 1-1 to Arias.
Not me. Calm down. I think sometimes you come to a new team, trying to make an impression, maybe overthrow a little bit. Kind of like when you get a little extra rest.
There's a strike right there.
Throwing really hard, but the ball's
Magic Adventures saying hi to Molly. I'll be doing some of your Rangers games later on this year. I was looking at some of the schedule. Check swing. Morton gets a strikeout. I can't believe it. How about that? Charlie Morton stepping up and doing something right there with the strikeout.
Windup. Swung on and missed.
Give Morton credit. Keep it. Yeah, tonight he is. For now. For now, Walter. O'Neill, Henderson, Mountie due up. It's time to get mounted. Who wants to get mounted? Let's get Mountcastle in there, have him hit a crush one over the left field wall. That would be great.
Most out of your adventures with versatile seating and cargo areas, plus high-tech features.
For now, yeah, I know.
And in control.
He's only here to hang out with his family, Walt. O'Neill, Henderson, Mountcastle, 0 for 1, 0 for 1, 0 for 1. 2 Ks in that mix. They got to turn that around this inning.
Cheer on the Orioles against the Cincinnati Reds on Friday, April 18th, 7:05 at Oriole Park in Kansas.
Surprised Preston hasn't been in here yet.
The first 50,000 fans receive the first ever Orioles hockey jersey presented by Lido Pizza. Add to your collection of Orioles swag with this exclusive jersey featuring the Angry Bird mascot and hockey stick. Enjoy a peek of action-packed Orioles baseball. Buy tickets at Orioles.com.
Yeah, I'm not happy with the line. Brian, what's up? Why is Jones still here? He's garbage. What's up, Brian Oberst? How you doing, buddy? What team you on tonight? I assume from that reaction, I'm assuming you are a Guards fan. Welcome in, Brian. You have a new favorite restaurant, Disney World. You love Via Napoli, isn't it great? I love Via Napoli. We're doing Via Napoli in a couple weeks. We're back down there at the first week of June, and we're going to Via Napoli. Love Via Napoli. Cleveland all the way. Go Indians. Welcome in, brother. Love it. Look at the emoji in there for the members. I got Chief Wahoo in there. Base hit up the middle. Taken away by the shortstop. Nice play. Rocio slides up the middle and takes away a hit. Anybody who's new tonight, hit that subscribe. We're doing all 3 of the Guardians Orioles games this week. So hit that sub today and help us out. It's free. Doesn't cost you a thing. Here comes Henderson. Orioles don't have a hit yet. Looking to get off the snide. Allen throwing a nice game so far. Pitch there. Strike right there. Yeah, you're right, Brian. You're absolutely right. Outside for a ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on a swing and a miss and a breaking ball.
Second rounder out of Florida International University, 2020. It's actually originally drafted by the Orioles out of high school. Yeah, 16th round. Second rounder. How about it?
Ball down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty wild that Allen, the pitcher for the Guards, was originally drafted by Baltimore and out of high school. Fouled it off, and he decided to go to college, and he was redrafted by the Guardians.
thought he was going to shop, but he decided to go to college, and that worked out nicely for him.
Popped him up. Is that fair? Yep, behind the plate. 2 outs in the inning.
Let's take a look at who's been getting it done.
Welcome to the clubhouse.
Welcome to the clubhouse. Brian, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, my friend. Very grateful. Ryan Mountcastle. Let's get mounted. Dun, 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 dun. We need that sound thing. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, Mountcastle. Nice pitch again from Allen. Allen's doing a great job of changing speeds. First pitch is a strike. Ball outside, 76. 1-1. Go Blue Jackets tonight. Yeah, there you go, Brian. Hello, Mrs. Walter C. Evans. Welcome in. Ground ball up the middle. Throw to first. Oh, he throws it over his head. Stay right there, Mountcastle. That should be an extra base on that. It's a double. I mean, it does not. What is the camera case that came out? But he's staying there. Error on Rocchio. He fielded it clean. He just let that thing take off. Wow.
That's why we moved the Intrepid Neil Milton to a different camera position this year. So take that one in the noggin. Thankfully, the photographers got out of the way. So a two-base E6. And now another chance for runner in scoring position. See if Gary Sanchez can get his second hit of the season.
All right, Sanchez coming up. Oh, just missed for a ball.
That's not a John Bacon strike zone. Ryan Sparksdale, I don't know. I mean, with John's first 8 missed calls.
Welcome in, Miss Walter C. Evans.
The umpire accounts on social media had a good time with John.
Ground ball foul, 2-1.
Well, I think if they ever do go to the ABS, it will expose umpires that have bad days. Because there have probably been 8 challenges in the first 3 innings.
Yeah, he should have made that play, Brian. Make sure you're subscribed, Miss Walter C. Evans. We want you to come back. Fouls that one off, 2-2. Susan Silva, welcome in. Susan will be a guest tomorrow night on the late night show, Disney Insomniacs, at 10:45. Molly wants to know, everybody's rooting for today. Make sure you're voting in the poll. That's a good point, Molly, bringing up the poll. Make sure you vote in the poll. Orioles or up top, Orioles or Cleveland or other.
Umpiring is probably in some way sharper than it's ever been, because look at how hard it is to umpire now with the HD cameras we have magnifying every move, the way that balls spin and move and break. Said do an amazing job. High in the air to left by Sanchez. Stephen Kwan calling up.
Kwan, left fielder. He'll make the play. God, that Kwan is so good. He's good. Ends the inning. Orioles can't get a hit. Orioles are struggling. They couldn't pick up a date at the Bunny Ranch in Vegas. I mean, this is horrible. Who's rooting for the Guardians and who's rooting for the Orioles? Jen wants to know. What side are you on? Martinez, Naylor, Rocchio coming up. Martinez, Naylor, and Rocchio coming up. Got to drink some water. I haven't drank much water today. I got the taste for a pop, but I'm drinking water. I'm on the side of a good to watch game. That's a good side to be on.
My husband is a veteran.
1-0 game here, going to the top of 5. Zippity Doo Dog is a good guy there, Miss Evans. Although he likes to do a little bit of weird stuff.
Hi, I'm Zippity Doo Dog.
And I'm Scallywag Steve.
And you're watching the Pete McDevitt Show.
Not really sure what's going on there.
Get to the ballpark early and score big. The first 15,000 fans receive an Orioles hockey jersey presented by Lido Pizza.
All right, top of 5.
Tickets. 1-0 lead for Cleveland through 43 of an 8-game homestand for the Orioles. And Charlie Morton with 6.
Ever tried Topo Chico? No, what is that? Carbonated water with a little twist of flavor? Really? I'll have to check it out. I've never heard of that.
Early on, a very effective pitch. Some good ones in the fourth.
No, they're not twins. They're brothers. They do look alike. That's for sure. Ball outside from Morton. I'll have to check that out. I don't mind cold water and drinking it. I usually drink it during the day just to keep me going and get a lot of water in my system. Fly ball, right field. The wind's blowing it back at the track. It's going to bounce off the wall. On his way to third with a triple. Throw. He is safe. Wow.
Tyler almost had it, but it's a windswept triple for Martinez instead. Yeah,
wow, that stinks right there. The winds just blew that against the wall. It should have been a simple fly ball. Runner on third, nobody out after the triple. Ball upstairs, 1-1. Bo Naylor up there. He walked his first at bat. Yes, that's new this year, Eric. I bought that or paid for the rights to it or whatever to be able to use it. It's worth it, I think. Keeps us up to date with hockey and everything, you know. Hockey, basketball, and baseball. Especially during the playoff time for the sports and everything, you know. 1-2. Naylor pops it up right field. Tag, sacrifice fly, throw coming in. Nowhere near. 2-0 Cleveland. 2-0 Guardians.
Now he's 6 for 12.
All right, 1 out in the inning here in the 5th. Morton got a pitch to Rocchio, 9th hitter in the lineup. Ball upstairs, 1-0. You're a Guardians fan. Well, welcome in. We welcome all the fans here. Ball outside, 2-0 to Rocchio. Ball outside, 3-0 Monkey Nuts. Oh.
Done very well. Under Terry Francona, now under Stephen Vogt. They put the ball in play at times when we need to put it in play.
Ball 4. Unbelievable. Just walked the 9 here.
That'll turn the lineup card over to Stephen Kwan.
Here comes Quan for the 3rd time today. Quan's 0 for 1 with a fly out and a walk. He's due to swing. First pitch, strike called, and it was outside. It was a ball, and it was called a strike. Throw to first, runner's back.
Yeah, very hard to run on for a guy that's 6'6"-ish.
Let's go. Oh. Oh, he tattooed that. That's gone. Home run. Stephen Kwan, 4-0 Guardians. Absolutely destroyed.
You're worried about a line drive to left. It's all about where the bat head is. Inside, bat head to it. Almost looked like he was looking, and that's what you talked about, Kevin, just inside the foul pole.
4-0 Guards. Yeah, he's a really good player. He's an all-star for a reason. Here's another all-star, Ramirez, coming up there. Second pitch to him, 1-1. Hello, Dave's Disney Dream. Welcome in. Molly hitting up her emojis.
Another starting pitcher, the worst starting pitching ERA in the majors, 5.30 coming in.
Ramirez fouls that off. We're looking for 9 subscribers to get us over that 250 mark. 9 subs. Ball outside, 2-2.
Boston. You give it two home runs. That's one thing. It's the walks preceding the home runs. And the walk to deny here of Ryan Rocchio, no doubt, will be sticking in his craw. Ramirez.
Shot, center field, base hit.
And that's 5 productive plate appearances for Cleveland in a row to start the 5th.
Somebody get Morton out of there. Bring in a beer vendor. I'd be okay with that. Hello, Patty Nielsen. Welcome in. Good to see you tonight. Santana over at first base now, ready to go.
As you point out, he knows where to get it on that quote-unquote sweet spot with a much shorter swing.
Ground ball, tap, throw to first. Second baseman behind the bag. Oh, what an effort. Santana beats it out. Infield single. Bounced over the first baseman's head. Mateo made a play behind first base and tried to throw him out.
He's holding the runner on, high chopper.
Oh.
Tall guy, 6'3"-ish, 6'4". Nice effort by Mateo. He's what, turned 39, I think, yesterday.
That's actually the oldest matchup in Major League Baseball this year. Batter pitcher, Morton and Santana.
Pitching coach going out to talk to him.
Yeah, I know. I've been around baseball a long time. They always say walks kill you. They do, but I think what happens after the walks is maybe even more important. I was the master of walking.
Why has Santana got his arm around that guy like that? Yeah, we have a bet that if whoever's team does better, I have to wear a hat on Friday night, and I forget what I said for Jen. I think something similar. Basically, it's you got to respect the other person by wearing their attire. Right now, not looking good for my Birds. Why was the catcher holding his arm around the coach like that? Swing and a miss. Manzardo up there. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Yeah, no cupcakes this time. I would have done a cupcake, but I'm not around anywhere, and not around Jen for a bit, and I don't want to. You want a cupcake to be fresh and tasty. Ball upstairs, 1-1. Worst thing you can do is get hit in the face with frosting that's dried out. Ball down low. For the series, Susan, that cupcake clip still makes you laugh? Swing and a miss, strike 2. I'm happy that cupcake clip still makes people laugh. That's a good thing. Charles Green, hello. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him and held it. 2 outs in the inning. Welcome in, Charles Green.
How do you get to come back and pitch the 6th? Somehow try to get out of the 7th. Yeah, it's such a physical game, but again, when you give up more runs than you want, even if you're better, it's the mental aspect comes in. See now Perez getting loose.
Oh, that was a strike called a ball. Good Lord. Wow, that's 5 calls ruined tonight already by the umpire. 1-0 pitch coming into Jones. Ground ball tapped over to second. That'll end the inning. Orioles got to go hit. Orioles got to go hit. Anybody new in here tonight for the first time? Say hello in the chat if we haven't talked to you yet. Thank you for coming in, Mrs. Evans. Mullins, Laureano, Mateo. Forgotten what I started fighting for. Charles will welcome in, my friend. Charles, I do a ton of Orioles games, so if you like what I'm doing, hit me up and subscribe tonight. Come back anytime. Oh, come on, Mullins. We got to get things going. Mullins, Laureano, Mateo. We tried to do a right-hander matchup tonight. I don't know. Not so sure that's the play. Later tonight, I'll be doing basketball on the second channel. Late night basketball at 10 o'clock tonight. NBA playoffs. We're doing it. Jones needs to go to AAA, Brian says. Today in Orioles history. Cal Ripken got his 3,000th hit.
Cal Ripken Jr. collected his 3,000th career hit. Became the 7th player at the time. There are now 12 with 3,000 hits and 400 home runs. One of the signature moments in a career and a life filled with them. And the Ironman is here in his customary front row seat tonight.
Pitchers duel in Texas. Those are good to have.
Night in and night out. Been on almost every home game so far this season. See if the Orioles get a little
Iron Man magic here. They're looking for their first hit of the night.
Oh, that's what went on, Saturday?
Mullins, base hit. There's your first hit of the night.
Orioles were down 3-0. Tonight it's 4-0.
So Cedric Mullins was the first base runner in the third inning. He picks up the first hit in the fifth.
Well, it's not that Logan Allen hadn't hung some breaking balls. It's just the Orioles haven't hit him. There's a hanger and there's a base hit. And there's Cedric Mullins having a great start.
All right, Laureano in there 0 for 1. Fly ball popped up center field. Wind blowing it around. That's an out. 1 away. So Nico Harris is fired. Yeah, they've changed some stuff there in Dallas.
April 28th through the 30th. Highly anticipated 3-game series. Get your tickets now at oriolesguardianslive.com/tickets. Matchup of the AL East 1 and 2 teams. Last year, the Yankees won 94. The Orioles right behind them with 91. That'll be the first matchup between.
Oh, comes in. That was a strike, and it was called a ball. There's the 6th pitch called wrong.
9-7 start, which is the best record in the division. Everybody's within 2.5.
That's another one. 7 pitches called wrong. 2-0. That should be 0-2 right now, Mateo.
Toronto a half game down. Tampa Bay a half game behind them. Boston a game behind them. And the O's a half game behind the Red Sox.
Mateo pops it up. Center field. 2 away.
We saw Cal's 3,000 hit. Did you notice how that ball was up? Let her high. And what did he do? He matched the level of the baseball with the bat. You want to hit pop-ups, uppercut. Especially if you're going to swing a high fastball. Even if it's 89, 90 miles per hour. There's Calvin. Calvin Jr.
Ball outside. 1-0 to Westberg here. 2 outs now in the inning.
Last 4 outs have been in the air for Logan Allen. A lot of soft contact against him tonight. The Orioles have been very few balls hard.
There's the strike right there at the top of the zone.
2 flyouts, a ground out. And Mountcastle reaching on the air, and you see 7 outs in the air. It's only 4 hard-to-hit balls. And a couple of those
ball down low, 2-1.
fly balls. Scary thing with Cleveland, if you don't get to their starters, you're in trouble. They've got the 4th best bullpen ERA in baseball and the 7th worst starting pitching ERA. So a game like this by Allen sets them up.
Strike 2-2.
Because the Guardians have just a whole host.
I don't think you'll ever see. I don't think you. I really don't. I think that's a tough one. I don't think you'll see the 56-game hitting streak touch. That's another one I don't think you'll see. Strike 3. Brian, do me a favor, please. Don't put it in my chat before I call it. If you could help me out. Strike 3. Take a seat over there. That's the end of the inning. Go to the 6th. I don't think you'll see Ricky Henderson's one. I don't think you'll see the 56-game hitting streak touched. What are some of the other ones? There's a couple other ones I was looking at the other day that I just don't know. No problem, Brian. You might get it a little quicker than me, my friend. It's all good. If you just help me out in the future. Is it the strikeout record I was looking at? Or it might have been the wins, total wins. Maybe it was total wins. It's one of the other ones that I was looking at. It was a pitching record that I don't think will be touched. Arias Martinez a nailer. The one that I think could be touched is the 406. Ted Williams, because of the spread out of pitching and stuff nowadays. You get on a run, that could happen. Wrong nailer, yeah. Wrong nailer. That nailer's long gone. He took his party and went to Arizona.
This Saturday, come cheer on the Orioles against the Cincinnati Reds. 4:05 first pitch, but get here earlier than that. First 15,000 fans.
No, I have no interest in going to Epic Universe. Just doing Disney. Preston's going to go over there for a day with his sister. He'll get to check it out.
All in the palm of your hand. Go to MassonSports.com and download the app today. Kevin Brown, Jim Palmer with
Top of the sixth.
crew. It's been a tough night for the Orioles. It's part of the tough start.
Here comes Audius. Ball down low. Charlie Morton's still in there throwing. I have no idea why. Neither does he.
Ball one to Gabriel Arias. Back out there after 25 pitch, 3-run fifth.
Line drive, base hit left field.
Second in the game. Yeah, a little cutter. Where is it? I mean, he actually steps in the bucket a little.
It's a nice piece of hitting going down to get that and hit it the other way. Pull it like he did. And here comes the coach. Amen. Thanks for nothing again, Charlie Morton. Still averaging over eight runs per game. Great job.
Perez will take over when we return.
Great job. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here in just a minute. Where I want to go over here.
Come check out the Zip-a-Dee-Doo Doug YouTube channel. Start your week right with Coffee Talk. Doug and Scallywag Steve for Disney news and what Disney YouTube creators are live for the day. Need a midweek pick-me-up? Hump Day Hangout is your go-to for hilarious banter, games, and the perfect escape from the workweek blues. And join Monorail Molly, Kelsey Elizabeth, and Doug for Shade Room Runway for the latest styles, fierce looks, and a runway show you won't want to miss. Whether you're looking for a laugh, a dose of inspiration, or just a good time, come check out the coolest YouTube channel out there, Zip-a-Dee-Doo Doug.
CLEvsBAL Travel is an upscale travel design and consulting firm specializing in curating ultra-luxurious travel destinations designed specially for business professionals, focusing to deliver the once-in-a-lifetime experience that will create lasting memories, encompassing adventures in Europe or the Americas, luxurious river cruises, relaxing beach getaways, or detailed trips to Disney locations worldwide. CLEvsBAL Travel personalizes the experience. What rich and exciting moments do you want to create for yourself this year? Well, start writing your story with CLEvsBAL Travel today. Cionel Perez coming in for the Orioles. See what he can do here in the inning.
And Cionel Perez, as we have a Jiffy Lube pitching change brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Get a 15-minute oil change, plus we vacuum and clean your windshield. Get more. Jiffy. And you can see, obviously, not a great start for Cionel Perez. Power pitcher, breaking ball, two-seamer.
Yeah. Perez has an ERA of 16. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Even though you're down 4-0, you want to keep it there. Again, the ability to outstuff you. Usually going to be in the mid-90s.
Cionel on 5 days rest in search of a badly needed bounce back out. Hey, there are some.
All right, first pitch comes in to Martinez, and that's a strike.
run that walked 2 in Arizona the last time out. The stuff has not been bad, but similar story.
Check swing down low.
In 5 innings, plus a hit batter. So 9 passes to 32 batters faced. And just 3 strikeouts to go along with it. Charlie Morton went 5+, gave up 4 so far. And now a
Ground ball foul, 2 strikes on a hitter.
Perez has had a new cutter this series. He's got to a 5-pitch mix. He's got a slower breaking ball to go along with his traditional slider. Was the 4-2-seamer.
Ground ball hit hard, base hit to right.
That's a base hit. So Martinez has tripled and singled in the last 2 innings. So he came in 5 for 10, now 2 for 3, make it 7 for 13. But what about the approach? Not trying to pull it, get the ball to the.
Oh boy, nobody out here in the 6th.
Just a terrific approach. It's like a swing we saw Bo Bichette all weekend with Toronto. He was only, 5 for 11 against the Orioles? It seemed like he was about 11 for 5. Here's Naylor.
Naylor up now.
He's going to square to bunt. All right.
Squares to bunt. Going to go to first to get the out. 1 away.
Martinez can really run. And I think if you're, again, trying to stay out of the big inning, if you throw that ball away or don't get, bases are going to be loaded, nobody out. So you take the easy out and hope you can get a strikeout. You're going to have to play your infield in, though, because it's a successful squeeze. So, again, really good hitting.
1 out here in the inning. Rocchio up now. He's 1 for 1 today. Fouls that first pitch off.
Franchise that is different.
8 subscribers to our goal.
They were first the Cleveland Forest Cities back in 1860.
Who is the TBS announcers? I have no idea who's on TBS right now. Sorry, I can't answer that one, my friend.
Where do you want to get him out? Do you want to get him out of weight? How about the ball up and in? Get him off the plate. Change his byline. And then go down the way. See Sanchez saying down.
Check swing. Did he go?
But it doesn't start and strike zone enough to get him to swing.
No, he did not. 1 and 2.
I do correct myself, by the way, that the first organized team in Cleveland was the Forest Cities. They became the Spiders. This franchise began as the Grand Rapids Rippers in 1893. So my apologies to the Forest Cities fans. 2 strike pitches.
Ball down low. Nice take. 2 and 2.
Base hit and a walk out of the 9th spot for Rocchio. Came in to 545 on base plus slugging for 214. This ball's left.
Fly ball left field. Going to be playable. That's probably going to get another run in.
To the cutoff man Henderson, and another run comes home. That's
5-0.
Sacrifice fly for Cleveland. Already they're 12th on the year, and the Guardians lead at 5-0. Yeah, get 0-2, you throw them 3 straight breaking balls, and when the third one's not as good as the other 2, that's the result you get. Orioles now down by 5. Here's Quad, who had a big swing last inning.
Ground ball hits a second. Base hit. That'll get another run in. 6-0.
Stephen Quad has driven in 3 runs with the last 2 pitches he's seen. It's now 6-0. Yeah, fans are a little upset because I think they felt Mateo might.
Looks like I'm just looking at the news that Wink Martindale passed away today.
Again, he's got to go a long way, but he's on the grass.
Maybe he could have knocked it down. I'm sure he thinks he's going to catch it short hop.
That's pretty wild. It's a shame. Wink Martindale, been around a long time.
Stephen Quaz now knocked in 11, 16 games, 3 tonight. So the Guardians 3 sacrifice flies, and then 3 Stephen Kwan RBIs.
Ramirez up there now, 1 for 2, a single and a sac fly.
Ramirez had one of the sac flies.
Line drive, base hit to left.
His second base hit in as many innings. And Cleveland is 4 for 4 as a team in the inning with a sac bunt and a sac fly.
That's just a good swing. Not a bad pitch at all. Pitch with one hand. But then again, this is Jose Ramirez. And that's what he has the ability to do. When you think, I mean, a guy.
Yeah, tic-tac-toe used to be great with Wink Martindale. That's the first place that I saw who he was. He was a friend of Elvis Presley, too.
Finish on this one.
That's the old Charlie Louse one. You take one hand off and finish high. But once again, what was he able to do? Get the barrel of the bat to the ball.
Curveball in there for a strike, 1-1.
The greatest players of his era. And every year we probably say Jose Ramirez doesn't get enough credit. But every year he's seemingly in the top 5 in MVP. 39 home runs a year ago.
Ground ball tapped over to third. Shortstop's got it. Henderson, low throw to first. Just gets him 6-3. Just gets him. Nice play by Henderson. That'll end the inning. Rushman, O'Neill, Henderson coming up.
4 hits in the inning. 5 defensive play to end it. The Orioles need some offense in a hurry.
Wow, he just got him by a half step. Just got him. Dun, 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 dun. Orioles got to start doing something.
Now with our freedom of choice pricing program, visit your local dealer to choose your offer. Cash incentives or employee pricing for all, because nothing stops America and nothing.
Dun, dun.
With freedom of choice pricing, current FCA lessees can finance and get $10,500 total cash allowance on the 2025 Ram 1500. See your capital area Ram dealer today.
Nah, he beat it out, Brian. He didn't beat it out on that one. He got him by a half step. He was in the air when the ball was caught. That was a great play. Seen some great defense on both sides of the field tonight. I will say that. Cleveland is out hitting Baltimore right now. For sure, for sure.
Cancer patients hear a million things when they are diagnosed.
At least it's a good cancer. You're strong. You got this, girl. You don't look sick. What are you doing?
Yeah, Gunner solid. Hello.
What they really need to hear.
The colorectal cancer line.
I don't think so. What time do you have school tomorrow? Hello, Sullivan. Come here. Hold on. Let me turn around. Come here. What are you doing? You looking for stuff? Here, I'll move this out of your way. There you go.
Say goodnight.
Come here.
Go sit down.
Up.
Hello.
Hello.
30% off merch all season. Starting as few as 10 games. Members select their seats and have access to exchange games and get merchandise discounts.
Hello.
Store. Membership today at Orioles.com/memberships.
You going night night? Go night night. Bye. Bye. Love you. Good night. He gone. No French fries for Sully tonight. He already had chips. That was my daughter and her dog, Brian. Hey, O'Connell, my daughter and her dog. All right, here comes Rushman coming in. Ball outside, 1-0.
Necessarily meeting the location of the ball with the plane at the bat. And Logan Allen has been able to get a lot of weak contact tonight.
Ball outside, 2-0.
Well, but we see when he gets ready to throw, you're going to see a rectangle, and that's where he's been pitching, all around that rectangle. There have been some maybe balls a little bit off the plate. Yep. But sometimes if you're around the plate, you're on those pitches more so than if you're the ball out of your hand.
Ground ball hit hard over to third. Ramirez has got that over to first, 1 away.
Not a great curveball. I mean, it doesn't have really great spin. It was thigh high in the middle of the plate. Orioles just not able to time his delivery.
I really wish the Orioles would go. I was trying to look at some of the players down south. I was love to see the Orioles go down to that.
He does. Watch his windup. He does really close his front shoulder, his right shoulder. So I just don't think you see it. Cody Ashley looking on.
Oh well.
Ball right on the corner.
Ricky, what's up? Welcome in. If anybody's new here tonight, please hit that subscribe. Help us out. Come back. We'll be doing all 3 of the games with the Guardians of the Orioles this week. And Mike Beechman says, vote in the poll, please.
Well, I did it Saturday.
First pitch coming into O'Neill. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Third pitch coming in, 1-2. I just think it was different times in the baseball era. So it's hard to say. You know, the all the medical stuff is a lot better now than it was back in Babe Ruth's time. So you got a lot of that stuff going on. Ball outside. It's a lot more conditioning and stuff that goes on now. Players played years ago with injuries that they didn't even know they had. Nowadays, yeah, it's hard to say. I'm not surprised, Ricky. They don't have great pitching. Dun, 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 dun.
He's going to walk you. You'd like to take it. A couple of early walks tonight.
Strike 3 looking. Wow. I just think the technology's there, Brian, that they, now we're so much far advanced than we were years ago. They find stuff that they didn't find before. I think that's more what it is personally, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Henderson takes a strike.
Go back to the words Brandon Hyde used this weekend. Wanted to see consistent and competitive at bats.
But I do agree with you. They get hurt. They're out hurt a lot more. I agree with you. 1-1 pitch to Henderson. That's ripped up the middle. Good Lord, he hit that hard. What was I'd like to know what the percentage was off the bat right there. How many miles per hour was that? 105.7 off the bat. That's sick. Even the pitcher's like, holy hell, that was hit hard. Wow.
Got to start somewhere.
They're going to take Allen out.
Stephen Boat says, nice job. He leads with a 6-0 lead.
5-2.
Allen leads with a 6-0 lead.
Terrific start. One of the best in his young major league career. And the Guards turn to BALvsCLE.
Well, that's a different reason. I never heard that reason before. So pitch and change coming in.
So gear up in a sporty Camry for all of life's adventures.
Oh boy.
And comfortable amenities with powerful performance.
performance and cutting-edge technology, putting you confidently.
That's a tough. That's 6-0 is a tough number to come back from.
Right now, buy a Camry with special low APR financing. Toyota. Let's
Really is.
We are lovers of yards. Where others see shores, we see a chance to make our little slice of paradise. Paradise. That's why we only use professional grade Echo Power. Built to take on that.
Paul Sewald coming in. He's had a decent year. He's had a decent year. We are still 8 subscribers from our goal trying to get there. 8 away.
Lowe's knows when you own a home or run a business, the things you need add up fast.
Trying to look at some of these pictures. I would really love them to bring some kids up.
Whether you're doing upkeep or upgrades, start earning points toward Milo's money. Get member-only deals and free shipping.
Well, he was at a pitch count too. He was like at 95. So, you know, why are you going to push him anymore? He's already up. You take it. You got one of the best bullpens in baseball. Take advantage of it.
Last year, he gives up 2 hits, a couple of early walks, strikes out 6, got a grounded. And again, here, I mean, the master of throwing all his different pitches, sweeper, it's a 4-seamer, occasional sinker, cutter. Meanwhile, his offense gets him 6 runs. So Paul Sewald will come on.
Here comes Sewald. Let's see what he can do.
Big sweeper, 60% fastballs, 40% the sweepers. Always strikes out more than.
Strike. First pitch to Mountcastle. This is his 9th appearance this year. Opponent's hitting 214 off of him. Ball inside.
There were a lot of outs in the strike zone. That maybe the frustrating parts of the Orioles. Lots of pitches that were in the middle of the plate. The Orioles just didn't get good wood on them, but all different speeds.
Foul straight back, 1 and 2.
Yet he moves the ball around. So that's one of the arts of pitching. Big guy, deceptive. I mean, 84 saves the last 4 years. 34-year-old Vegas strikes out Mountcastle.
Strikes out Mountcastle.
And he plays up the 6th inning for Logan Allen. In a brilliantly pitched game by Cleveland. Through 6.
And a 6. They're crushing it. Let's see where we need to go.
Hey everyone, this is Tina from T. Marie's Plays on YouTube. On my channel, you'll find a variety of things from Disney to Harry Potter, crafting, and more. I do live streams every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and I love when people pop into the chat because I built my channel on community and I love making friends. So if you want to come hang out and have fun, come to my place. It's also yours. See you there.
Hi everyone, this is Jeff from Diz Our Dream. I just wanted to give you a quick programming update. We go live from the parks Thursday evenings at 5 p.m. Eastern with a show we call Dreaming with Our Pals. We usually have some friends with us, and it's usually a lot of fun. We also go live Saturday and Sunday morning from either a park or a resort, where we will show you around and have some fun and just giggle a little bit. So come join in and have some fun.
All right, top of the 7th inning here. Cleveland up 6-0. Orioles not hitting at all tonight. Cleveland's pitcher was really good, Allen. Into their bullpen. We'll see how the O's can do in the back half of the game. 7th, 8th, 9th inning coming up. Dun, 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 dun. Picklets, yes. Picklets. Mm-hmm.
April 15th marks Jackie Robinson's historic Major League Baseball debut.
Jackie Robinson.
His courage and determination to face adversity is as much an example now as ever before. Join baseball in commemorating Jackie Robinson Day and visit MLBtogether.com/42 to learn more.
22nd year in Major League Baseball has been doing this. Every uniform personnel in the league wearing 40s.
Jackie's been deceased for a while.
And I know you said, Jim, you didn't have really a chance to meet Jackie, but to get to meet his wife, Rachel, who is still alive at 100.
Larry Doby.
And she has done an extraordinary.
All right, here we go. Perez back out of the hill to face the guards this inning. First pitch is a strike to Mendoza. Manzardo is 0 for 2. Ball outside, 1-1 to the DH for the guards.
Larry Doby for the Cleveland franchise. Of course, then the Indians was the first player to break the color barrier in the American League. Also a Hall of Famer, an extraordinary player.
Yep, Larry Doby's a Hall of Famer as well. Popped up behind second base. Shortstop way over. He'll make the play.
This has been an initiative for Major League Baseball now, number 42, retired throughout MLB. The 50th anniversary of his debut in 1997.
2009, first year that all on-field 42 were wearing.
2009, all on-field personnel began to wear number 42.
Wonder what Robinson would think about it if he was still alive today. Orioles going to bring in another pitcher now.
Everybody wearing 42, and the Orioles return from 142 to another here in the 7th.
Well, yes and no. On a normal basis, I'd say yeah, Brian, but you're down 6-0 now. You're just trying to get through the game without using too many more pitchers. And Cleveland's just trying to get through it as quickly as they can, get the outs and get the win. So I don't know if it's more of a chess match as it is just looking at your rosters and see what you've got in the bullpen. Don't overuse something you might need later. That type of thing. Cleveland owns this game right now.
Give up. You stand your ground. If you've been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer and have tried hormone therapy, ask your doctor about Pluvicto. Pluvicto is not chemotherapy. It's a different treatment that targets PSMA-positive cells. It's now FDA approved after 1 hormone therapy and before chemotherapy. It involves contact with radioactivity, which may increase the risk for cancer and cause fetal harm.
Waiting on this pitching change, everybody.
Use contraception and talk to your doctor about ways to reduce the risk of exposing others to radiation during and after treatment. Pluvicto can cause low levels of blood cell counts, kidney problems, and infertility. Tell your doctor if you have weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, bleeding or bruising more easily, an infection, or changes in urination. Side effects include decreased blood cell counts, tiredness.
Let's go. Let's go.
Appetite loss, joint.
Hello, Debbie Thuner. Welcome in.
Ask your doctor about Pluvicto.
Welcome in.
Without cancer progression is a victory.
This copyrighted telecast.
There's a lot of questions about Hyde now. I used to really like Hyde. I'm not so sure where he's at right now.
The Baltimore Orioles. Oriole debut today. Right-handed pitcher Scott Blewett, who was just added to the roster.
Scott Blewett coming in, the right-hander.
Yesterday from Minnesota, making his Oriole debut on this Tuesday night.
Actually pitching pretty well.
All right, Miss Susan Silva, we'll see you tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Miss Susan Silva will be the guest on Two Truths and a Lie tomorrow night, 10:45.
Former second-round pick by Kansas City back in 2014.
Out of Charles W. Baker High School in beautiful BALvsCLE, New York.
Was that like close to your hometown?
Syracuse suburb.
Oh.
Syracuse-born Scott Blewett.
So he bleeds orange.
He bleeds orange.
And he's wearing them.
Yes. Huge Syracuse basketball fan. And look at that.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Well, that's a nice little split. What a key to pitching. Go strike 1, strike 2, great breaking ball, and then the splitter at the bottom drops out.
Well, that's a pitch that
10:45. We're always at 10:45 for Two Truths and a Lie.
2 years ago, he was pitching for the Chinese Professional Baseball League's Uni President 7-11 Lions. And he said, I had a changeup, and it really wasn't a very good one. Learned this.
There you go.
It's now my best pitch. Along the slider and a
Ball inside, 2-0.
And last season, the league hit 1 for 16 off that splitter. You can see the grip. 2-0 for Arias. There's fast.
Strike right down there, 2-1.
Contrary to public belief, you can make a good pitch with your fastball in a hitter's count and get away with it.
Ball upstairs, 3-1.
This guy got big time power to the opposite field.
Fly ball right field. Now moving over towards center. Now moving over back toward right. Mullins will make the play in right center. That'll end the inning. We'll be right back after this 7th inning stretch. Hit that sub and help us out. Mason's Lobster Rolls is a sponsor of the Orioles. I didn't know we had a lobster roll place sponsor us.
A couple of Cold Kaiser fans. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Orioles down 6.
Joey Cantillo. Joey Cantillo on the mound.
There are the numbers.
I'm glad you stopped in too, Brian. Thank you for the compliment. I'm a diehard Oriole fan. I've lived and breathed in Baltimore all my life, but when I do my broadcast, I always am respectful to the other team, their fans, and the history of the game of baseball, and especially the history of the organizations. 2-0.
The best bullpen in the American League, as they were last year.
Sanchez up there. 3-0. Wow. Cantillo, the lefty in there. There's a strike right down the middle. Milwaukee up 3-0 out there. I'm looking forward to going to Milwaukee to see a game this year. It's kind of exciting. Ground ball hit hard over to the shortstop. Backhand by Rolchio. Over to first. That's an out. Nice play on the backhand and the heavy arm. Guardians bullpen, 2.25 ERA combined. Fourth best in MLB right now.
There's nothing wrong with him, physically. Confidence. A lot of balls in the middle of the plate, still throwing 98, 99. 2.25 ERA coming in. This is how they won last year. The starting rotation was better than it is right now.
Hold on, I'll tell you 1 second. Probably in the 50s. I don't think it's that crazy this week. Mullins, fly ball, deep center field, at the track, at the wall. Good. See you later, baseball. Baltimore finally gets on the board there. After that one, that ball was a shot.
It is long gone. Are you kidding me? Back, gone. This ball is crushed.
Why wouldn't you play him? Rolling.
Orioles first time on the board. Yeah, that wind helped out. It's going out to right center hard. Let's see here, Daily. Definitely wind helped that one. Tomorrow's supposed to be Mariano goes the other way. Foul. 57 on Wednesday and 64 on Thursday.
Fastball, not a hard thrower. Really great swing. Slows right out of here. So the first Oriole to 4 home.
Yeah, it said that there was some rain coming in, so it might be.
A day that is obviously significant for Cedric.
Thank you, Eric. Yep, that mist is coming in.
Shrinking number of African American players on Major League rosters.
Ball down low.
Talked about the opportunity Jackie Robinson's provided before. He'll hit the homer homes. The Orioles' first run. Talking about Jackie last year, so it's important for everybody to know how he persevered and created opportunity for players.
Ball down low, 1 and 2 as he fouls that one off.
Had some really special moments on Jackie Robinson Day in his career, wearing that number 42.
Laureano's 1 and 2 count. He's 0 for 2 tonight.
3 hits, the first walk.
I don't know. Grounded foul. He's missed a lot of calls tonight, Brian.
This incredible catch against the Twins on Jackie Robinson Day. One of the best in a career filled with 5-star efforts. So Urban liked it. The more you
Ball down low, 2 and 2.
Cedric's such a great outfielder. He's playing shallow, but he goes to where the ball is probably going to reach its apex. If he goes across, the ball's flying for a double. And that's what the great outfielders do.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Take a seat over there. 2 outs here in the 7th.
Cedric was asked last year where that catch ranks. He said, I'll give it number 1. The fellas gave it 1. I'll go right there with it. So he's had the best catch. How about all the great plays he's made over the wall? You're a little guy. That was off the Twins' Kyle Farmer, the catch we just saw last year. Jackie Robinson Day.
Strike right there.
Mateo takes a strike. Cole Urban said after the game he was going to buy Cedric a bottle of whiskey as a gift. Urban was pitching the year before.
Strike right there. Mateo's arguing it.
Where is Cole? Did he go? He was in Korea. I think he was in Korea or Japan. Yeah. Well, West Mike was a good guy. I mean, really nice man.
Line drive, base hit. That'll get down to be extra bases. Mateo, that's at least 2. No, he hasn't been very good since he left Oakland at all.
Good to see. I mean, impact player if he can get on base, because you know he's going to steal bases. Not when you're down 6-1, but
That's a nice form piece of hitting right there. Mechanics were strong on that.
So 2 extra base hits for the Orioles.
Pitch and change for Cleveland coming.
Smith taking over here.
Smith taking over, coming in.
Smith against Westburg a week, I bet.
Moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms.
Smith against Westburg. We'll see how that goes. Don't forget, we're going to be live all this week doing these games. All this week. Top of the hour, I'll be going over to my other channel and doing basketball. I got to go find out where that game is.
Don't use allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight that may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospital.
2:45 on TNT.
Now's the time to take control of your growth.
We'll have the late game over on TNT.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biological.
We will be doing that. Looking forward to it.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Hey kid, it's pronounced Liberty.
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 Bump, bump, bump.
Now she's mocking me. Very mature.
Hey, that's enough, you two.
Hey,
I don't really have a basketball team. I mean, I cheer on Cleveland Cavaliers, so I mean, I've kind of been cheering them on this year as I've been calling games. But I don't have an official team. We don't have anything in Maryland. Pete, same deal for me and you this year. If the Rangers or Orioles win the World Series, all right. It ain't gonna be the Orioles, so Eric, if it's anything, it'll be your team. We don't have the pitching to do that. I wish we did, but I don't believe that we do.
Smith's going to come on. I mean, last year, incredible year, 6-1, 191. And taking it off right where he was.
Osman, hello. He says Thunder. Line drive shot, one hop. Nice play at second. Westburg is out. Great defense for Cleveland. Going to the top of the 8th. But we're dropping the link in for my second channel. Mike Beachman's been doing it. Click that link for the Warriors and Grizzlies and give my second channel a follow, because that's where basketball will be tonight. It is not on this channel. It's on the Deuce, our second channel. I was just looking. A friend of mine put up a statistic. The Orioles, 6, 8, and 9 hitters tonight are a combined 2 for 36. Oy, oy, oy. That's sad. I'm going to end up paying a debt to Monorail Molly.
The series continues tomorrow at 6 on Masson 2.
At a time of
Top of the 8th coming up.
we envision a future.
Martinez, Naylor, and Rocio. Martinez, Naylor, Rocio. We're only 7 subscribers over here from getting up to the 50 mark. Trying to get up to that 250. Get a quarter of the way to 27,000 is our goal. You're from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Nice, Osman. It's a nice area of the company.
Today, the Orioles and Nike are celebrating the life and legacy of Jackie Robinson by inviting 150 children and 20 instructors from the Jackie Robinson Baseball League to tonight's game. There are some of the kids and folks. Jackie Robinson Baseball League. Number 42, forever retired, immortalized, worn by every member of uniform personnel on this April 15th. Let's go down to Melody Newman for more Jackie Robinson Day.
Hey, Kevin, I cannot encourage people who are watching this broadcast, really our country, to dig into this history because Baltimore has ties. Jackie Robinson, 10 years after his debut, started his NAACP Fight for Freedom Fund right here in Baltimore as part of a coast-to-coast.
All right, here we go. Top of the 8th.
Raise funds and awareness, trying to help out.
First pitch strike right now.
Approach a higher education. Now, you mentioned the numbers a moment ago. We are at a historic low in African American representation in the sport, just above 6%. There were 57 on the opening day Major League roster.
Grounded foul, 0-2.
Now, when they started tracking this in 1991, it was 18%. And some of that we look at where the economy is going, the unaffordability that this sport has become because of all of these travel ball situations, these elite teams that you are seeing. And then you also add the fact that the accessibility, things have changed.
Ball down low, 1-2.
It's just
1-2.
Major League Baseball has been very aware of this. They've really wanted to go after it from the start. Del Matthews, who's the vice president of development, has actually been encouraged that we could start to see those numbers change. It starts with guys like Enrique Bradfield Jr. in the minors. He said 12
Ground ball hit hard, base hit.
picks last year in the draft were African American. Those are the highest numbers they've seen in a long time. So let's look forward to some change here because this impacts so many people across the board. 30% of our players are Latin players. Jackie impacted that too. It was Minnie Mignoso who came here with Chicago and had to rally against staying in a segregated hotel. It affected everybody who was not white. But it looks like those numbers are going to come back to form.
Yeah, some great context.
Runner on first, nobody out here. Here's Naylor, the 8th hitter. Ball way inside.
41% of players who appeared on opening day rosters from diverse backgrounds, whether that's Latino, Black, Asian, Pacific Islander, Native American. So there is obviously been a huge rise in the internationalism of the game. But it is important.
Throw to first. He's back easily.
This is not a sport that excludes Black Americans. And you heard Mel give some of the numbers. 30% of the players in the opening round of last year's draft were Black, which is the highest percentage along with 2022 since 1992. So the league does feel like
Ball upstairs.
inroads there and making the game more accessible with programs like the Jackie Robinson Baseball League.
Yeah, they have all the inner city programs. Try to encourage.
Gowdy, how you doing, buddy? Nah, their pitching's not that great. I knew that. I knew they weren't going to have a good year. What's up, buddy? Pitching's not good at all. Starting pitch is really bad, which has worn out the bullpen a little bit already.
Walk to the third, sac fly in the fifth, sac bunt in the sixth for Naylor. A cool 0 for 0.
Popped up foul, 2-2.
Scott Blewett, the pitcher, making his Oriole debut. And he's faced 3 batters, strikeout, flyout, base hit.
Well, they didn't. They had no chance of keeping Burns, Brian. He had already made the decision. His family, his wife and kids liked living in Arizona. That's where they were. He was going to be close to them, and Arizona gave him a ton of concessions to do it. He doesn't have to be at the ballpark all the time. He can if he's not pitching on the road for a series, he can be at home with the family. It's all kind of stuff.
No, I'm not aware of that.
Ground ball hit foul.
Patrick Corbin, Cicero North Syracuse, CNS North Star, World Series champion of the Nationals. Josiah Gray went to LeMoyne College. Mighty Dolphins, recently D1. Jason Grilly.
Orioles couldn't give him those concessions at all. And couldn't give him the close to family thing. He literally lives like 15 minutes from the park or something. Strike down low. Runner steals second. They're calling the offer on that. 1 out.
Those are striking out, by the way. Naylor did swing, so 1 out. Hey, frigid little Syracuse, New York, not so little, has produced some good pitchers, good players in recent
So that's
years.
what you're trying to say.
Absolutely.
Brian Rocio coming up now. 1 for 2 with a walk.
Scott Blewett actually been talking to him before the game.
Wisconsin Badger Clubhouse, welcome in.
He interviewed Steve Grilling for Ace High School senior year business projects, and he's very well aware of the ties there. He said the Grillies.
Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Steve Grilly, who had a couple of years in the major leagues, longtime owner of this bar in Syracuse called the Change of Pace. And I have to bring up the Change of Pace, talking about Syracuse, because the best wings I have had on this or any other planet, the Change of Pace in Syracuse, New York. Go to the Change of Pace, ask for the wings medium garlic, combine the flavors, get them extra crispy, and they are the best wings you will ever have.
Where is Syracuse? Just in case.
Central New York.
Oh, Central
New York.
Did Jim Palmer just ask where is Syracuse on a broadcast? Are you kidding me, Jim Palmer? Oh my God.
My daughter Jamie went to Williams with Bogart, so I was there in the winter.
You're very familiar with Central New York.
A lot of snow, a lot of bark.
Yes, that is a beautiful school as well. Hobart William Smith.
Line drive, right center field. O'Neill over. He'll make the catch. Martinez will tag up. 2 outs in the inning. Runner on third.
Scott would like to recommend, however, Sal's involvement for the best ones. I have not been to Sal's. Next time I'm up there, I'm going to take Scott up on his word. I'll try out the wings at Sal's.
You know, I never had a wing. Never.
What do you mean you never had?
Never had a wing.
You've never had. Wait,
no. I've just never had.
You've never had a chicken wing?
No.
Like,
why would I?
Why would you?
They have skin and stuff.
Strike right there.
Yeah. Lots of things have skin.
But I don't eat skin.
Apples have skin.
Well, I eat apples.
You've never had a single chicken wing?
No, never thought about having.
That is staggering. So what kind of chicken do you eat?
Ball down low, 1-1.
What about like fried chicken? You eat fried chicken?
Never had fried chicken.
Never?
Well, I've taken the crust off. And...
What is this? What is this? You've taken the crust off?
Well, what?
So you're losing the frying part of the fried chicken.
Well, that's what.
Chicken tenders? You haven't had chicken tenders.
Yeah, I have.
All right.
But that's not a chicken wing.
No, I'm. Have you ever heard?
2 balls, 1 strike.
No, I just choose not to eat.
Quan fouls it off. 2-2.
So I guess I don't want to go. What was the name of that?
Sal's? Well, it's Sal's. But here's what you got to do. Since you've never had one,
no.
Go to the Change of Pace. You'll never need to have another wing.
I just wish my change-up was better. Change of pace.
I see.
Yeah, see it?
Yeah. You would have won, what, 269 games?
At least. Yeah. At least one more.
Not a single chicken.
Never.
No.
Line drive, foul.
How can I get you to eat a chicken wing this year? That is now my 2025 goal. That's my New Year's resolution.
They have to have.
It's too late.
I don't think it's part of the value menu here.
I don't think it is. Maybe
somebody has to have them.
By the way, there are good wings in town. There's some very fine Baltimore institutions.
Ground ball over to third. Tough play. Just gets Quan by a step. Westberg with a nice play. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Rushman, O'Neill, and Henderson due up. Rushman, O'Neill, and Henderson in the bottom of the 8th.
It's time to drive smart. High-tech features.
A nice charge by Westberg.
Best value brand. Right now, you can get a $279 per month lease or 2.99% APR on the 2025 HRV all-wheel drive LX.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop Spring Black Friday savings on GE Profile appliances. Sleek outside, dual dispense inside, and all-in-one laundry that
Dun, dun. Bottom of the 8th, everybody.
Get free delivery now at the Home Depot.
This tax season,
Rushman, O'Neill. See what we can do.
Quite painful. On April 25th, is your accountant fighting for you? We should go. The accountant too. We are. Only Peter's April 25th.
Oh. Thank you, the moderators, Doug and Mike tonight.
Gas station.
Jan was in here as well.
Want me to do yours next?
Appreciate Mike stepping in and helping out.
The bathroom code's 9914. Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us. Look at this hot router.
Time for our Nissan Pitchcast. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Low four-seamer Jim at Cedric Mullins took out the seventh.
Yeah, he didn't miss a whole lot of fastballs. The year he went 30-30, only been ever happened in Oriole history. 20 of those 30 home runs were off fastballs. Got it up into the wind.
Get it up into the wind and take advantage of that wind.
Mullins has reached base all three times. The rest of the Orioles have combined to reach base three times. They were shut down by Logan Allen, 5 2/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, struck out 6. While Sewell got it out, Catillo got 2, gave up a run, and Kate Smith returns for the 8th inning after a base hit by ground out by Jordan Westbury in the 7th.
First pitch to Rushman, that's a strike.
Strike to Rutschman.
Hit it as well as you'd like to, but right at somebody. Well, 73% fastballs, and it's a good one, 95 miles per hour.
Ball upstairs.
They're now 1 for 18 on that fastball.
They strike out, pop out, ground out as a right-handed hitter against Allen.
And there's a splitter. And Elson's got a sweeper to go with it.
He's the 16th rounder of the Twins in 2017. It's in their minors for a few years and then got released. Ended up as a free agent signing with Cleveland in 2020. Out of nowhere last year, amazing rookie year.
Rushman fouls that off. 1 and 2 remains.
We mentioned it earlier. That's the round where the Orioles originally selected Logan Allen. He didn't sign. The Twins selected Smith with the first pick of the 16th round.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
And then 2 picks later, the Padres took Joey Cantillo. Both those players did sign and ended up in Cleveland. So Smith, Cantillo, and Allen. 3 players, all in the 16th round of this draft, have found themselves in the game tonight and on this very impressive Cleveland pitching staff.
First pitch is a strike. Going to O'Neill.
This Cleveland program that can do really special things with guys who are not heralded pitchers.
Well, they teach them how to pitch.
Foul straight back, 0 and 2.
You and Ben were talking about how guys have gone to Houston. What do you do best? What do you maybe need to improve? They all throw strikes. But Smith has an outstanding arm. When you're throwing 96.
In the bullpen for the Orioles, Bowman getting loose.
And then you got a splitter that goes down. You got a riding fastball, and then you got a sweeper. And you can throw them over. And you're only facing a guy one time. You're going to probably have success.
O'Neill down on that sweeper. 10th strikeout for Guardian pitchers.
And that's just a hang and sweeper. But again, spin or maybe trying to do too much with it. Look at where this ends up. That's fell high in the middle of the plate. But uppercut swing. See him drop the bat. You can see the bat going up.
Woo! Henderson gives it a ride. Off the wall. That's going to be a double for Henderson.
So close to his first home run of the year. He'll settle for another extra base hit. And Gutter's got a 2-hit hit. Well, 3 hits.
How many games are they playing in this play-in tournament, Brian? Do you know? Is it one and done or is it best of 3?
it stayed up, and he just smokes it off the wall. Yeah, it's a matter of time.
I didn't even look to see how many it was.
31st, 2022. We were there against Cleveland, his first career hit, a home run. Well, they kept throwing them below sliders. That's not a really good pitch to throw that you don't.
Eric says it's one and done.
From right-handed pitching. You know what I remember most of that series is the double play, the unassisted double play that he made. And I'm going, boy, this.
Well, we're going to do the game later tonight with the Grizz. So that should be fun.
He played short, third, and second right after.
2 outs here in the 8th.
Shortstop in 23, and he's stuck at short ever since. I think there for many, many more years as an Oriole.
Fouls that one off.
So Gunner's got 2 hits. Cedric's got 2 hits. For the Orioles, 5, but Teo's double is the other hit. Jams away 95 up and in.
Because of where the ball is, you can add 5 miles per hour if it's up and in, because you got to hit it out in front. How about Gunner? This is only the 17th time, maybe 18th time that he has hit 4th.
Line drive, base hit down the left field line. That'll score a run for the Orioles. Mountcastle should be into second with a double.
Splitter into the left field corner for a run scoring double to make it 6-2.
Yeah, the intention is
6-2.
Dive ball, like the good one. But when you're late on the fastball and you throw it here, you're going to speed the bat up, and that's exactly what he does. And Ryan Mountcastle just
Ramirez was just shaking his head like this on third base. Ramirez saw it when he let it go.
First run, earned run allowed.
Ain't that something?
This year, the 3 balls the Orioles have put in play against him have all been smoked. Ball 1 now to Gary Sanchez.
Ball 1 to Sanchez.
That's the Orioles' first hit since Saturday with a runner in scoring position.
Sanchez rips the base hit to left. Mountcastle going to try to score, and he will. 6-3.
Putting some real pressure on one of the best relievers in baseball from the last couple of years. Gary Sanchez's second Baltimore hit makes it 6-3.
Well, they're going to force Stephen Both to get somebody up in their bullpen, and as good as it is, it's exactly what you want to happen. Take a look right here. I mean, Heater up and in. Sanchez has always been a good fastball hitter. And there's your line drive for another RBI.
Gary Sanchez deserves a hit tonight. His groundouts were 101.
Pitching coach going to come out and take a talk with him.
So he has smoked 3 balls. And the Orioles, in a game where they looked pretty much lifeless an inning ago, suddenly have a tying run in the on-deck circle, and their hottest hitter, Cedric Mullins, at the plate.
1-0 lead for your Rangers. Okay.
Change speeds, in and out, up and down. Now all of a sudden, you have a power pitcher that's pitching in the middle of the plate, and it looks like batting practice. No disrespect, because this kid had a great year last year. There's Tim Herron getting loose.
Mullins has in a perfect day at the plate. Takes. Wow. My goodness. Take it, run.
All right, Mullins up there now. 1-0 pitch coming to him. Ball outside, 2-0.
51 hits, 17 walks, and 75 and a third. Struck out 103. It's one of the best seasons by a rookie reliever in franchise history. And how about that streak stat?
Mullins tries to crush that and misses it.
He got Cy Young votes last year.
He was really good.
He got us Cy Young vote, but still, that qualifies you for a tie for ninth finish, 5th in Rookie of the Year voting. Well, he's a big guy.
Fouls that one off. 2 strikes.
You have that good four-seamer, and then you have 2 other pitches, one that drops and the other one that sweeps. And you throw the ball over. But tonight, he's been in the middle of the plate. The Orioles have made him pay for it.
2-2 for Mullins.
Grounded foul.
Walk in the 3rd, broke up the first. Became a single in the 5th, broke up the no-hitter. A home run in the 7th, broke up the shutout.
Got him. Strike 3 up top.
The Orioles do make this one a little more interesting, though. Getting deeper into the Cleveland bullpen. This is a 6-3 game.
Top of the 9th coming up. Top of the 9th. Bowman's going to come in for the Orioles. Yeah, don't forget, I'm going to drop the link in at the end of the game, and we'll put it in for where we're going to go do basketball. In fact, I should get that ready real quick while we're sitting here for a second. Just indulge me for a second to pull up something real quick. It'll take me just a second to change things around.
The series starts April 18th.
Ramirez, Santander, and Santana. Manzardo. Getting a little ahead of myself. Ace, welcome in.
Thousands of homes destroyed, schools, places of worship lost. But there is hope. The SoCal Fire Fund provides immediate, free, and long-term support for countless community-centered recovery programs. Visit SoCalFireFund.org to learn more about how you can join in this tremendous effort.
Time to check out our T-Mobile coverage cam. As Paul McCartney might have said, it's been a wild and windy night here in Baltimore.
Has been a wild and windy night.
Some degree of an adventure, none more than this windswept triple by Angel Martinez. Tyler O'Neill, going into the win, almost had the outfield assist of the year. That triple was part of a 3-run Cleveland fifth. The game dominated by the Guardians for 6 innings, and the Orioles have made it interesting in the last 2 6-3 games.
I don't know how long they'll stay there. We'll see. Matt Bowman coming in to throw.
Miles Straw got the win. Again, not a power pitcher, but a strike thrower. A lot of movement.
Strike 1 to Ramirez.
1 2/3, 1 hit, struck out 2, 29 pitches, 19 strikes. Showcase that good splitter.
Well, what did Michael last said? To pitch multiple innings. Need somebody like that in the bullpen.
Big swing and a miss. That's a strike.
Another good night for Ramirez. Sack fly, couple of singles. So the Orioles shade him to pull on the infield. Westberg way off the line.
Ball upstairs. 1 and 2. Rangers all time. Yeah, Palmeiro, he lost a lot of respect when he came out about the steroids, but it is what it is, you know. Ramirez fouls that one off. Palmeiro was a good ball player.
Three-home run game. It was the game after the Angels gave up 3 home runs to the Cardinals. Ivan Herrera. which meant the Angels were the first team in Major League history to give up a 3-homer game to a player on one team, followed immediately by a 3-homer game to a player on a different team.
Very giving of Ron Washington's finishing start. Actually, they're off to a pretty good start.
They are off to a good start. They've been one of the big surprises of baseball. 9-6.
Well,
he admitted it, Ben. He admitted it. That's why he's not in the Hall of Fame.
MLB in home runs per game.
The Rockies. Oh, it's the Angels. Okay. I actually would not have known that. No. Just
to a game. Yankees, of course, Yankees have hit 24 home runs going into tonight, and 20 of them at home.
4 yesterday, the Yankees. 4 solo shots off Seth Lugo. High pop.
High pop, left field.
Oriano's got it. Orioles' upcoming schedule brought to you by Science for Kurt. Need a lawyer? Contact Science for Kurt. Visit youhavealawyer.com. Dean Kramer tomorrow night. 6:30 with the Guardians against Gavin Williams. Tomoyuki Sagano and Tanner Bybee matchup Thursday. And then the longtime Cleveland manager Terry Francona back in the game with the Cincinnati Reds. They'll come to town this weekend.
12th best looking manager in baseball.
12th best looking manager.
That's what
Santana up there now. First pitch, swinging a strike. I don't know that they're, in my opinion, it was part of the game, and at the time it wasn't fully illegal. I think they should let them in, but I don't know that they will. But I'm also brought to fly out to right. I think it should be allowed in. I also think Pete Rose should be in there for what he did as a player, with a notational asterisk. He's the all-time hits leader. I think it's time now, after all these years, you back off on the Shoeless Joe thing. There's no proof that Shoeless Joe did what he did. It's just an expectation because somebody said it. The guy, look at Shoeless Joe's numbers during that series. He had Hall of Fame numbers in the series. How are you going to say he threw the series? But that's just me. I think a Hall of Fame should encompass all of the history of the game that's critical to telling its story. So I'm a little bit different. I would have Clements in there. I think Bonds is deserving. McGuire, I don't know if his overall career is Hall of Fame-esque. I'd have to think about that one. Ground ball over to short. Up to first. That's an out. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. Laureano, Mateo Westberg coming. The Orioles are down 3, and Clase's coming in.
Look at us. All stressed before we even get dressed. Let's take a time off to go off on lunch.
You think McGuire I'd have to go back and look at his full numbers. I haven't looked at McGuire's numbers in ages. I know he had the great home run year. I just can't remember overall.
We just got to keep the Bloodies merry, the Johnsonville funny.
Neil of Nitro version. How are you, Nitro Neil? Nitro Neil. Class A coming in. Will he blow the lead this time is the question. Probably not.
Now she's mocking me. Very mature.
Hey, that's the nephew too.
Hey, I'm not the one acting like a total baby.
She's 2.
Yeah. I just have to look at the total numbers. I don't know them off the top of my head. So I don't want to sit here and say somebody should or somebody shouldn't, because I haven't really looked at them.
But I'm done struggling. Now I sleep with Inspire. Inspire? Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside my body with just a click of this button.
A button?
No mask? Just sleep.
It would help me. I got a bunch of McGuire rookie cards.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Well, a 6-3 game here in the ninth. Kevin Crouch and Palmer back with you. Look, a couple of innings ago, if you turn the game off, the Orioles look pretty lifeless offensively, down 6-0. But now they're at the very least going to get into Cleveland's closer, Emmanuel Clase, who has struggled this year.
Yeah, I mean, last year he gave up 5 runs in 74 appearances. He's already given up 6 runs in 7. So again, he throws hard. He throws a cutter about 70% of the time. It's in the upper 90s, but he's got a four-seamer, occasional breaking ball. So, but you can see he doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. That's where the whip comes in, walks and hits per inning. So there's what we were talking about. So got roughed up in the playoffs last year. 47 out of 50 appearances. Nobody better than the American League the last 3 years. And how'd they get him? They traded Corey Kluber down to Texas. They won a couple.
All right, here we go. Herkstead coming in. What about A-Rod?
Hopefully that'll not be the case tonight.
Kate Smith got touched up in the 33 hits, 2 earned.
Yeah, it's sad that it had to wait so long for that. I agree with you, Brian. Brian, you got a good head on your shoulders. I'm glad you found our channel. Yeah, A-Rod it is, but if you're going to let other players in, you let him in. A-Rod is great for baseball right now. He's absolutely phenomenal for baseball right now. Line drive foul. Hey, K. Wilby. A-Rod is a great broadcaster. He does a ton of charity work. He goes around to schools of low-income area schools and helps teach baseball and do stuff and do camps. I'm a big A-Rod fan now. I love him for what he's doing now. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Good location. Cy Young voting in the American League last year. Tarek Skubal got every first place vote, and Seth Lugo.
1-2. Herkstead almost gets hit 2-2.
It wasn't a crazy third place finish, even at 7.
Don't forget, as soon as I'm done this game, I'm going over and doing the Warriors and Grizzlies. If you like basketball, come check us out on the Deuce.
Seasons of the decade at least by a closer.
Ball down low, 3-2.
Zach Britton territory, Fernando Rodney, Dennis Eckersley, Hall of Famer. When you have an ERA that low.
3-2 leading off the ninth. He
struck him out.
Yeah, you better be able to hit the high heat. Cutter, whatever. I mean, it's always going to be high velocity. So there it is, 98 miles per hour up in the zone.
Ryan O'Hearn, left-handed pitch hitter.
Grabs a bat here with 1 out in the ninth. Orioles 2 base runners away from the tying run. And
O'Hearn rips it to right, and it's going to get down. I don't know if that'll be a single or an error. Martinez came flying in and lost the ball in the lights. Should be a hit.
Cleveland's going to send an athletic trainer out to check on Angel Martinez.
Yeah, sinking a little bit. Certainly catching it. Plenty of time, but it misses the glove, hits that right hand. Looks the ball sink right there, and then, of course, off the bottom of the glove actually gets the forearm, up by the wrist.
Yeah, some people believe they had to do it because others were doing it, you know. It is what it is.
Well, there's one.
Can one of the moderators go over to the other stream over there on the Deuce and tell them we'll be there in a little bit? Probably be a few minutes late. They're going to score that as a hit. That's good. That should.
Last 6 years, most pinch hits in the American League, 27. Last year, he had 7 pinch hits, and told us before the game he'd be ready for Emmanuel Clase late in the game. Kind of figured that would be high up on the list of assignments for him.
Here comes Westberg. He's 0 for 3.
One spot away. Yeah, Westberg could get on. And
hello, Nathan.
Second time, that 4-3 was a rocket. Nobody playing.
Strike right there.
Santana holding the runner up. Arias, the second baseman, almost playing behind the bag. It's legally to the right side.
Swing and a miss at 99.
O'Hearn, by the way, you want to hit off Clase, he's your man. He's now 4 for 10 career against him. Westberg's never faced him.
Westberg pops it up.
Arias for the second out.
Second out of the inning. 2 outs. Well, it's quite possible, Joshua.
6-0 Cleveland after 6. We've got 1 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. At the very least, you get into Smith, Clase, and a little more than Cleveland bullpen. Orioles big relievers rested for tomorrow, but they'd like to keep this going. If it's high run to the plate, that should be a big spot.
Strike right there at 99.
Back to the 0, but Lance Barksdale didn't call it.
You can see, obviously, I mean, when you're throwing 98, 99, no problem throwing strikes. Problem this year is a lot of them have been in the middle of the plate.
Foul back, 0-2. Again, we'll be back with these two teams tomorrow. If you're having a good time, hit that subscribe before you leave tonight.
3 home runs in the postseason after allowing 2 in the regular season. And some of those location troubles have carried over. Yeah, pretty good tonight. Adley trying to hang in.
Thank you again to the mods. Thank you to Eric Edev for the super chat tonight or Venmo chat tonight. We appreciate you.
First that strikes out on a high fastball. Westberg pops up a high fastball, but he's around the zone so much. And you know he throws so hard, you got to get the bat going that you chase out of the zone a little bit.
Rushman goes the other way. Quan with a nice running catch to end the game. Those two are friends and teammates, and Quan makes a running. They were teammates in Oregon State. Nice job. We'll see you tomorrow night. Come over with me for basketball if you like. Hit that subscribe on the way out. We'll see you real soon, everybody. Good night.